This is Bone Dry. What is it called? Hang on. This is Bone Dry Dunes from Mario Kart 8 Deluxe OST. And now everyone can hear us. Now they can see us.
Test.
Hi, everybody.
Hello, everybody.
Beth has a tank top on. I'm also concerned. I know.
You should be. Oh, you should be. Hang on, let me plug in this other light.
Yeah, you better plug in that light, you stupid piece of shit. Oh, God, look at the shorts. Damn it, this man is too much. Too much. Can't handle it.
My GameCube is half put together because I'm still getting stuff set up on my SD card.
Oh, it's so hot.
But I got it plugged in and everything. I was gonna do it online, but I just did it. I'll still do a stream of like messing around with it so people can see what it looks like.
Yeah, play games on the stream.
Play games.
Oh, the drafts tonight. That's what's happening. I'm not really.
Yeah,
I'll care about football more once like the Browns have something resembling a decent season again.
Right. What pick are they? They got to be pretty high, right?
They're probably pretty high. Someone said something that I haven't even followed. I don't even know who they should be picking. I'm so concerned about the Cavs and the Guardians right now. Like, even in like the best of times, I actually care about football the least, which is a bit rare for a Clevelander sports fan. But I still, I like football. But...
Yeah, some mornings I will not like have a podcast ready, and I'll drop the kids off at school, and then I'll turn on sports radio just for like the 2-minute drive home.
Yeah.
And even when football season is not happening, it is still Browns first.
So the Browns had the number 2 pick, but they traded to pick at 5 instead. Okay.
All right.
And they took a Michigan. What's DT? Down tackle? I can never remember.
Defensive tackle.
Defensive tackle. Yeah.
Yep. That's
defensive tackle.
Yep. Yes. Mason Graham is probably one of the best athletes in the entire draft.
Okay.
He is an incredible player. I'm going to miss him at Michigan. All right. This looks good.
Ew, gross. Michigan.
Yep. That team up north, I think is what you're supposed to say. Have you ever done that? Have you ever had to say it like that? I don't know how serious it is up in Cleveland.
No, I have a life.
Yeah.
I don't college football. I really actually just don't care about.
Right.
It's too bad because like Ohio State is the team that actually wins a lot that I could reasonably be a big fan for, and I just don't care actually.
All right, we're testing.
I think I like losers.
Yeah.
I don't like the fact that they win all the time.
No, you want it to feel special. Did you guys hear that?
Right. Yes, I did. Like when the Guardians finally win when I'm 82 and like 2 hours away from dying, that's gonna feel great.
Exactly. That's what catharsis. All right, I think I'm ready.
That sounds like a nightmare. All right.
Yep.
Yeah, hang on. Bonesaw is ready. I am good. I am gonna start us up. Let's see here. Let me move this phone out of the way. All right. In 5, 4, 3. It's the internet. You're busy. Let's do this. Welcome to the Game Has Decide podcast. This is the podcast where we decide everything about the world of video games so you never have to think for yourself. I'm your host, Jeff Grubb, and with me is...
Mike Minotti.
In today's episode, Claire Obscure Expedition 33 is the best JRPG ever made. JRPG. Oblivion rules. If you are a boomer, it says here in parentheses. I didn't write that. We secured our Switch 2 pre-orders. So we'll go over that whole process as well. It'd be fun to kind of do a little post-game recap there. But first, Mike, how are you doing?
Highs and lows, Jeff. Highs and lows.
Highs and lows. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Everyone's gonna have a bunch of questions.
Yeah.
We'll get into the super chats for sure. I'm sure there'll be questions there, but things are just in flux. I guess is the good way to put it. I'm not gonna lie to you, but also I don't have all the information about what's going on at work. So I'll try to do a very short version. My boss's boss got a new boss, and he wanted to stop live streaming. There it is. And for not forever until some other things get worked out. And that kind of caught us off guard. And, we still have the right to like go do other stuff on the site, but kind of like, whoa, what's going on here? And so we are just going to try to figure some stuff out. And it's not like doomsday, but it's also not sunshines and rainbows. So I wish I could say more, but I honestly don't have a good idea about what to say next. So we'll figure it out. We will try to keep you as informed as possible. When we do speak publicly, it continues to be with not all of the information. So we're going to hang in there. Don't worry about us. And at the very least, we're not going anywhere. Like in one way or another, I'm going to be here. I kind of can't do anything else at this point, Mike. I've like, could I like jump over to the other side and work in publishing? They don't like me. I report on all their stuff all the time. They don't love that. And so I think you all are going to kind of have to be stuck with me. And so we're going to be here, keep doing this. So you can at least count on that one way or another.
Yeah. That's all absolutely right. I like doing this. I wouldn't want to do anything else anyways, Jeff.
Yep.
I love doing this with you. I love doing this
Likewise.
with my other friends. Like I said, we're sorry that we have to be vague still. We're sorry we just can't say everything that we want to. Again, part is because we don't want to lie, and another part is that we still don't entirely know what's going to happen. So you don't want to necessarily stir the pot too much there. But yeah, we're obviously frustrated. I'm angry, frankly, watching the way that you've been treated and my other friends at Giant Bomb have been treated lately. And I think, just saying, hey, we're going to pause live streams as if that's not what we do, right? As if we're not a live streaming company. That's our thing we do. So just pausing it and not treating that like the nuclear option for them that it was. I think it's left us all a bit stunned and just unsure about what is going on there. So, yeah, that's why, again, we've been kind of in a weird place. We've been trying to handle it with jokes, and we've been awkwardly laughing and alluding to things. And we know it's frustrating for all of you. We don't know what's going to happen. But, we kind of have to wait and see a little bit more there.
Yep. In the meantime, we could do this show. And, I did notice some people joining the Patreon. I was getting those notifications all day today. So that was very nice. Don't feel that that's necessary though, but if you want to show your support that way, I do notice it and I do appreciate it. And in the meantime, we'll hang out here, try to have a good time, and then get you the information as best we can. I'd like to say that first thing next week we'll know. We won't know right away, but next week we should be able to figure some stuff out and maybe give you some updates quickly after that, but I just don't know. So we'll see. I'll tell you this. We'll definitely do Bombcast next week. Like, the Bombcast will happen. Might not be live. Almost certainly won't be live. But we'll do the Bombcast. That one I won't miss. But everything else, not sure how I'm feeling about doing work right now. All right. Let's see here. Let's say thank you for joining us. Give us a good rating wherever you are listening. And hit the like button on YouTube, please. It helps people find the show. If you want to ask a question, you could drop a super chat during the show here on YouTube. We'll get to all of those before the end of the program. Thank you to Carlos Ayin, who is Insane in the Rain Music on YouTube for the use of our theme songs. Thanks to 1UP vs. CPU for our artwork. You can find more at 1UpVersusCPU.com. We are on Spotify, Apple Podcast, and wherever pods are caught. Thank you to the mods. Thank you to Christian for producing. You can get more from Mike and me and support us by going to patreon.com/GameMess. That's patreon.com/GameMess. That gets you access to our Discord server, participation in Q&A sessions, and our game club discussions, early access to new episodes of shows like Columbros, and of course all of our shows ad-free. The lowest tier there is $2, and that's going to get you access to just the Discord server if you want to just come and hang out there. And then it goes up to $5 after that. All right, friendly reminder, you can also become a supporter by becoming a YouTube member or Twitch. Twitch subscribers, go to twitch.tv/Tokoto. Whenever Mike's streaming, just subscribe there. You get into the Discord and get all the benefits as well. Twitch.tv/ is it Christian_Rarg? R-A-R-G?
A-R-G.
Correct.
Okay.
Correct.
It was correct with the R-A-R-G. Okay. And then
I was
Twitch,
saying it wrong.
and then twitch.tv/Jeff Grubb as well. All right, Mike, I got some stuff to talk about. You ready?
Yeah, let's. There's a lot of people here for some reason. Thank you, everybody.
Hey,
I really
everybody.
do want to say real quickly that, Boyd, I do appreciate everybody. I know we joke sometimes about the community on like certain platforms or another. You know, even on Reddit that we tease about. The vast majority of people are being nice and supportive right now and understanding. And I do want to say that I think we all appreciate that a lot. So thank you.
Yep. Yeah, I think in one way or another, me and Mike have come up through communities like this one, or in my case, this one specifically. And so, yeah, I've also like looked around recently at some other Reddit communities, and it's a mess out there for a lot of people. So I'll say this one, I wouldn't trade it. I'm happy to have you all.
Yeah, we'll take you.
Yeah, exactly. All right, Claire Obscure Expedition 33 is a Game of the Year contender. It's doing really well. Earlier today was at a 92 on OpenCritic. Do we know where it's at right now? It's got to be.
Oh, check.
Yeah,
I have my Walmart tab open still. I like to look at it every once in a while to make sure that my Switch 2 is still in there.
That's nice. That's good. But also, you got to want to check this this tab, because my understanding is Fantasy Critic, you got this game, huh? With your second pick?
Yeah. This was my second pick, and I thought it was a really good second pick because it wasn't too long after that one Xbox showcase where it had that showing where I was like, well, this looks like it's going to be way better than I thought. It's at a 91 now, so it dropped a smidge.
That's still
but wow, absolutely incredible. I have not been able to play this, Jeff. Things have been busy over at GamesBeat. We had our own stuff going on. Yeah, it's been more parentheses positive over at GamesBeat right now after months of it being parentheses negative over there. So again, boy, I can't wait to start this. It looks so up my alley. It's so exciting that we already had a big one of these not that long ago with Metaphor, and here's another one. People who like turn-based RPGs are just absolutely feasting right now. It's awesome.
Yeah, it's I think this game is going to be one that is going to feasting's right, and really on this game specifically, because I think there's going to be so much there. The story seems to be clicking for a lot of people, even the people that are coming into it with a skeptical and cynical eye seem to be coming away with like, well, there's still stuff to love here, and that's like fun to read people's criticism as they go along playing it on social media. Yeah, I'm ready to play this one myself. I enjoyed the demo that I played when they sent out a preview code, a preview build, and I played several hours of it at that point, and that one was like midway through the game, and they kind of simplified some stuff so you could just get right into the action. But I really enjoyed what I played, and specifically the combat. I thought the combat was so engaging, and I've seen a lot of that from the responses of people saying this is the best RPG combat I've ever had. And I'm like, yeah, I can definitely see that, just because one, there are so many mechanics in there in terms of like, no, they have everything. They have the menus, they have sort of a loop of one attack leading into the next attack. Then there is the timing based stuff of like, let's time an attack to do more damage. Then there's real time elements of like just aim a gun and pull a trigger, and that like leads into something else. And it's like there's a lot of stuff, but it's all very good. And that's like, so it's not just the kitchen sink. It is like, no, this is like the high quality top tier stuff across the board. So yeah, I'm ready to spend some time with this one, and I think it's gonna pop off like crazy.
And what I love too, Jeff, is I see people saying like 30 hours to beat, which just that used to be the standard for these JRPGs or JRPG likes, and that was kind of perfect. And look, there's a lot of good JRPGs that are really long, but almost all of them, like even with Metaphor, but I'm like, why are these 80 to 100 hour long now? So that like 30 hours, like, yeah, that sounds brisk. Let's go.
Yeah, it's 30 hours made by like 30 people, and it's Unreal Engine.
Like for each hour.
One person per hour. They just split it up, division of labor, very fair. And it's also like a discounted price. It's like, I thought it's like $40 or $50, right? It's like
$50 or something, but it's on Game Pass too, right?
Right, it's on Game Pass, $50, so it's not even like a full price game, quote unquote. And so I think they're like, it's only 30 hours. We're not going to charge full price. I'm like, well, you definitely should have still just charged full price because it's a Game of the Year contender. But whatever, hey, people should take the money where they can get it. And so it's like, I just think this is them positioning it as like, hey, we do have a smaller team. We're going to focus on a handful of stuff. And the one place we're going to pare back is the length of the entire game. And it's like, oh yeah, that's the place. That's the one to do it. Cut back there and make everything else awesome. And no one's going to complain. Maybe some people, but I just think it's probably going to be really replayable. I don't know. I think people are just going to fall in love with all of the choices they made here. So very cool to see.
It's cool. And I think it's going to be a big hit. And I hope it's a big hit. And I hope maybe certain other companies that used to make games like these notice and start asking, why didn't we make this? Right? Like, why didn't we make some of this? Why don't we do that now? I don't know. You think there's hope there?
Yeah, I've seen some backlash to people immediately being like, "Hey, this is what Final Fantasy should be," but I think this is what Final Fantasy should be. So, like, sorry, I definitely have like the second I played it. First of all, it does feel like the game is very inspired by Final Fantasy X and Final Fantasy 13, and I think that you kind of can't get away from that. That's what they're going for with this take on the genre. They have admitted that. So when you kind of look at Square Enix is like, let's try to do this massive breadth of content and gameplay styles. And it's like, I don't know, if you just kind of get a few things right, people aren't going to need you to have a big open world. Now, not that they have a bad open world, but it's just, I don't know. I think that maybe just kind of paring things down a little bit, coming back down in terms of scale, and focusing really hard on the Final Fantasy Final Fantasy shit. Yeah, that is what I would want to see.
It's exciting. Like I said, even though I'm not getting it from Final Fantasy right now, I'm happy that we do have all these people doing it. It's awesome to see a team of this size be able to do it and just somehow hit it out of the park immediately. It sounds like, again, very excited to play this. Hopefully next week, everyone, I'll have some of my own thoughts about it. It's a game that I should have had time to play, but again, it's just been really busy. Sorry, I can't tell you what I think of it as the JRPG guy. I'm a little embarrassed, but I will get to it soon, I promise.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to see what you think about it. Those is just some quick reviews. Ed Nightingale at Eurogamer gave it 4 stars and said it's bold. It's bold and it's painterly world comes to life. Richard Winkling at GameSpot gave it a 9 out of 10. Said Claire Obscure Expedition 33 is a phenomenal RPG, telling a heartbreaking tale while incorporating thrilling action into its tactical turn-based combat. And Dom Pepiot at VG247 gave it 5 stars and says, they say art is all about eliciting an emotional reaction. If you can do that, all the effort expended in creating it was worth it. I think Claire Obscure does that with a plume. If you have ever loved role-playing games, you owe it to yourself to play this. It has the capacity to touch you.
It's gonna touch me.
It's gonna touch you, Mike. Yeah, I'm sorry, buddy.
Okay, I'll allow it. The French are just kind of like that, huh?
The French are like that in a PG-13 way, of course.
I've seen Looney Tunes. I've seen Pepe Le Pew.
I wonder if they would find that offensive, like or at this point, is it just kind of funny to make a reference to Pepe Le Pew and the French people? I liked it.
Well, as long as they pop to you, Jeff.
Yeah, that's all that matters. I'm the only one listening. All right, Oblivion Shadow dropped. That did happen. It was hey, it really is very popular. It like to 180,000. It's probably more than that at this point, or will be this weekend. But 180,000 concurrent players. I'm still pretty excited about it. Although I have the conflicted emotions about the BDS boycott and stuff like that, obviously. But I'm also going to admit that I am drawn to this game, and I'm battling that personally. I'm doing what I can there, but I don't know. I really want to play it, so it's tough. I think this game just kind of hit the mark in a really hard way, because this is the kind of thing that could be so easily falling into a bunch of pitfalls of disappointing people in a variety of ways, or messing something up and everyone's mad at it. And I just haven't heard any of that. I mean, maybe it's out there. I'm sure it's out there, but it's not become the dominating narrative around it. So that's nice to see that this game just seems to have done what people wanted from a remaster, although I think we both consider it a remake.
Yeah, right. Yeah, that's a whole other conversation. But, I have been playing it, Jeff, and I am pretty impressed, and I'm pretty happy with it. It really is just Oblivion. And whatever those tweaks are, it's been so long since I played Oblivion, I would never know. It just feels good, and it looks good. And there's still that, like, Oblivion jank in the right places, like the way the characters just kind of awkwardly walk up to each other and start talking in a way that's still cool, because you do, like, get side quest markers from listening to their side conversations, and the way they talk to you, and their faces move kind of funny, but they look better now. Like, this was always a really good game, and giving it this facelift, just giving me an excuse to go back to it. It's still impressive, the density of this game, right? When you get out of that little tutorial area, it's like, go to this first little abbey, and you find like you can see 5 different things on your way there. And then when you get there to this abbey, there's a main quest, but you just go inside this town and you find like 3 or 4 interesting other quests, and then the Fighters Guild, and just all of these different threads start unraveling. It is such an impressive game. It was such a smart decision to remake/remaster this game and to do it in this way.
Yep. And it's, I think them popping off with this and then kind of continuing to work with Virtuos, going to Fallout 3, Fallout New Vegas, hopefully, there would be no reason not to do it at this point. Then and then expanding out and be like, all right, now that we have a foundation and are making a ton of money from this stuff, take that money, Virtuos, now go do the same thing to the older form of the engine with Morrowind, and then actually they'll probably start looking forward. Fallout 4, copy Capcom, remake, remaster all your stuff one way or another. So look forward to it.
Is there any chance they're not working on Fallout 3 right now? No, if they weren't
they're
3 days ago, then they are right now. I mean, come on.
It's just such the obvious way to keep Fallout in people's minds is all right, we have this partnership with Virtuos. It was incredibly lucrative for everyone involved. If they're going to want more money, so be it. Here's more money. Go do Fallout 3 now. So I do hope so that's happening.
I'd be super excited for that. I loved Fallout 3. Fallout 3 was really the first Western RPG I really got into, which is shocking because my 360 era was pretty late, but I guess it was also quite a while ago.
Yep.
But I would love to play it again, hang out with my dad, Liam Neeson, take the goat, beat up that weird Fonzie jerk character. It'd be great.
Yeah, people in chat are saying that it was in the court documents, which I think the Oblivion remake was in there as well. So I think we could probably take that to be at least at one point they were talking about it, and there's no reason to assume that they would not be following that through. In fact, it feels more likely now than ever. They would have to be more
enthusiastic about it now than ever.
Yep.
Then, of course, let's do New Vegas too. Of course, why wouldn't you? You own the company that made that also. It's your IP. And then, Morrowind's a little trickier, but figure that out too. Let's just do it all, baby.
Last night, I hung out in a stream with Mike Minotti on twitch.tv/Tokoto, where we tried to secure Switch 2 pre-orders. That was a lot of fun. I thought you did a great job at that stream, Mike. It was a good, I wish there were more console launches so we could do that more frequently.
It was fun.
We played some Mario Kart, and then at about 11:45 p.m. Eastern time, we all kind of all right, let's get settled in. Let's get our credit cards logged into these systems and stuff like that. Get the shipping update. Nikki Grayson, what's your address? All that stuff. And midnight happened, and it was a mess. It was a real mess for about an hour and a half to 2 hours of everyone trying to get a pre-order. Of the first casualty was Target. It went down. It crashed and burned. I don't know.
Target was a mess real quick, because it took a lot of orders and then canceled them immediately, and people were getting the cancel confirmation first, and then the old outdated oh, you got one email afterwards. It was bad.
Yeah, and that was happening to people. I was watching Jake Randall's stream while we were doing it. Same thing happened to him, and I was trying to explain to his chat, we think those are all just canceled. Don't worry about that. But so we kept trying, and eventually, everyone on your stream, Mike, was able to get a Switch 2, including the both of us.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people watching were also successful. It actually is a good way of doing it, just having a group of people supporting each other and mentioning when hey, because Best Buy just took forever for that pre-order button to light up and be clickable. So knowing when that was happening right away, just knowing, hey, you're not crazy, stay in that queue for Walmart. That will eventually pay off. And that's how I got mine. It was through Walmart.
Same. I got both eventually, but Walmart first. Yeah.
It was actually just really fun doing it that way. And the hangout was great. And gosh, so many people showed up. It's wild. I think at one point, Mary Kish may have put me on the front page or something, because there were a lot of people, and I think a lot of people just excited to get Switch shoes. But it was a ton of fun. It was great having all of you there, my brothers. So that was an amazing evening, and I'm glad we got to go through that. It's I miss the midnight launches. But that was almost a little bit of that feeling again, just this excitement and this tension and even this anxiety, right? Because it's oh, is it really going to be there? So yeah, that was a ton of fun, and I'm very relieved. I have one. It is coming. Very excited, Jeff.
Yeah, it's I definitely, as always, saw some backlash to this as well, where it's like, boy, people are really like causing themselves this much anxiety to spend $500 on something that really says something about these people. And I'm like, yeah, I get that, but I gotta say, I am happy to have a hobby where I am dying to give something money so I can have it and keep enjoying the hobby. Like, that makes me feel connected to something. And it's like, it's crass and capitalistic, but we live under that system and it's unavoidable. And if at the very least, for as cold-blooded of a company as Nintendo is, I do kind of put them in a category of cold-blooded capitalists, but not like do anything to make a buck capitalist. It is, let's make a good product that people want, and then we'll make money. And yeah, okay, tomato, that's how I feel about it personally. And so I feel not great, but I'm at least relieved also that I have one, because I just want to play these games. It makes me happy, and I think it's worth it in the end. We'll see. Yeah, Christian, what's that?
To your
ahead,
point,
Christian.
you're not buying. This is not a frivolous. You're not buying like $5,000 sneakers. This
Right.
is the console that you share with your friends, and it's a
Yeah, it keeps
hobby.
me connected to other
Yeah.
people, my kids. It's going to be a
Yeah.
family purchase. It's yeah, exactly. And I do
come
have the
on.
2, and I'm gonna if one doesn't get canceled, hopefully I can just keep one. But if one gets canceled, great. I have the other one. If they both go through, I'm probably going to give the other one to my nephew for graduation. Like, I'm like, hey, that, and I'm
dang.
really looking forward to that. That's going to feel real good. So, yeah, it's crass capitalistic, but yes, I just love to have a hobby like this. It's nice.
Hey, I was just at Dick's Sporting Goods. You know how much golf clubs cost, right? So,
Did you buy some?
anyways.
Because I
No, I was looking at gym shorts for the Disney trip, and I spent
golf
too
clubs
much
are
on
expensive.
gym shorts. Also, trust me. So,
I'm-
but yeah,
I
but
wanna
they
get
had
that,
little
like-
zippers on them, and that's important.
Walmart's got like a cheap starter golf club set. I'm like, I should just get that and use that. I just turned 40 a few years ago, and now I just think about golfing a lot. It's bad.
You know what?
yeah.
I was watching golf the last couple weeks. There's some good golf. The
Yeah,
Masters was great. And then on Easter there was some tournament in Hilton Head, and that was great. That was also down to a playoff. And I was just saying, like, man, I kind of like watching golf. I just like looking at really well manicured lawns and stuff.
Yeah, it's like an environmental disaster, and I hate it, but I also love watching it and like thinking about it.
Just like the birds know instinctively where north is and how to fly.
Whoa.
The white man knows where the golf clubs are in the store.
Christian, Jeff's kid is popping off. Oh, you guys can't see it. You missed it. Wow, she was popping off. I've never seen her so expressive. What happened?
Goat Simulator 3, which they should be done playing. They should be getting ready for bed. But Goat Simulator 3, they've been playing it split screen all day, basically. And occasionally, like, one of the controllers will die, and then it goes from the 2-player split screen to 1-player, and then they struggle to get it back to 2-player, because you kind of have to, like, make sure it's online and hold down the X button, and you got to be signed into the guest account and all this stuff. And she can't do it by herself, so she came down here to yell at me and ask for help, and I'm like, you're on your own. And honestly, go to bed, you damn heathen. It's your bedtime.
Go to sleep.
Yeah, go to sleep.
Go to sleep, you hippie.
Yeah, exactly. But hey, that game is a lot of fun to watch. They have a good time in there.
Oh,
They
I bet kids
just
have a good time with it.
they just kind of tell stories, and then they kind of stumble across stuff. And the cool thing about that game is they just threw in every idea they had. So it's like, and every idea is baked into like one of these collectibles you can get, and that's all gear and equipable items. And so you'll get like this alien UFO that crashed, and then you go headbutt that, and it explodes a bunch of goo, and you find the goo, and it gives you a little alien that sits on your head, and then that's what caused the big head mode basically to happen. And now they're just having fun with that, and it's like that will be something that keeps them entertained for an hour, 2 hours, and when they get bored with that, they'll find something else that is another sort of variation on an idea like that, and it's just kind of just this endless bounty of fun for them. So really impressed by Goat Simulator 3. All right, Mike, let's see here. Switch 2 pre-orders, we got them. It was nice, actually. It was
fun.
A headache, but honestly, everyone on our stream able to get one. I'm surprised by that. I think I expected to be more of a bloodbath than it actually was.
I was like hoping it was gonna be real easy and like it was just gonna turn midnight. We're all gonna push a button, get one, and it wasn't that.
No.
And then for a bit, I was like, oh, this might be a complete disaster, and almost no one gets one. but some perseverance there did work. We all eventually pulled through there, and there were still backups. A lot of people were able to do GameStop today online. A lot of people had success just going to the store. Did you see? We rated Kind of Funny.
I watched a little bit of it. Yeah.
Snowbike Mike was like already camping out for waiting last night for 11 a.m. today in San Francisco. It's just him, like a couple other people, just sitting in this parking lot with really nobody there.
Mm-hmm.
That was incredible. Shout out to Snowbike Mike.
Exactly. I say this with all the love. It's so important for a team like Kind of Funny to have their childless, like, trash person that will just do anything. And that's Snowbike Mike, and I love him for it. He's so good at delivering that stuff. I'm jealous. I'm like, I wish I could have that life, Snowbike Mike. That's awesome. You be out there, do your thing.
Oh my God. Mickey O'Leary is saying Snowbike Mike even already got one last night too. He just wanted to go get it.
Exactly.
Like,
Yes, that rules. God, that's even better. Oh man, I love Snowbike Mike.
I've done some of the all night things before. It's fun.
Yeah,
right? It's a good time. I wish I could do it.
It'll be a great memory, and I'm glad he was streaming that. That was a lot of fun. All right, Mike. I think I was anticipating a lot of super chats. We're getting a ton of super chats, so we're probably not going to do a segment tonight. How about we just read a bunch of super chats, see what the people want to talk about?
Let's do that.
All right, let's take a quick break. We'll come back and we'll get right into those right after this, everybody. All right. Did you say you have to go to the bathroom or anything, or are we good?
We'll probably have to do this in a couple segments anyway, so I can do
probably
one segment right now.
Yeah, we gotta get a break in the middle.
Chat summary says viewers are discussing their experience of pre-ordering PlayStation 5. Oh, it went away. Damn. Okay.
We should I might just gift you this, but that PGA game, we should do some rounds of that, like do a stream of that. That would be fun.
That'd be fun, actually. There was that new Hot Shots thing or whatever.
Oh yeah,
too.
That's coming out with the later this year, right? I think, hopefully.
Or is it out?
I don't know if it's out.
I don't know.
All right, let's see. All right, I am gonna bring it back in.
All right.
All right, we're back. It's Game Mess Decides. Let's read some super chats, Mike.
All right, Slay McAwesome says, on Fire Escape, you all were talking about ranking religions. So when are we getting a Mount Rushmore of religions?
Just pop that one off real quick, right?
Yeah, Scientology.
Scientology, yes.
George Washington.
Mormonism, but just the ones that have the conclave or the enclaves. What are those called? Where they have big protected compounds. Yes, just the form of Mormonism with compounds. Yeah. Let's see.
I was like Taoism.
Taoism, yes. One of the ones where I'm like, wait, what is this in Civ? And then Shinto. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I like this. All right, so there you go. All the other religions are bad. Big Fresh 37 says, guys, everything good. We're worried. Heart.
I mean, yeah. Look, it's not maybe as bad as it seems, but it's very frustrating. And I've felt a little disrespected, and big part of it is about a month ago, I said one thing, and I felt very confident. And then kind of had the rug pulled out from underneath me, and things are very different to the point where I am embarrassed by the decisions that the company's made, and it's put me in a position where it's like the thing I said a month ago doesn't apply anymore. Now, it might apply again, but in this moment, it has made me feel very, like a lot of whiplash and very frustrated with the people above the people who told me what was going on, making decisions that have now made it feel like they don't even know who I am, and they're fucking around with my work like this. It's frustrating, but it's not doomsday. And if it is, I'll let you know. And if it is, don't worry. We'll like, for example, we're never going to stop doing Blake Club. Like, you can rely on that. Like, that one way or another, that's going to happen forever. So just hang in there. If we have to do it on our own, we will, but just kind of hang in there with us for that. So don't worry.
We've got each other's back, so, we'll get through this one way or another.
Yep.
All right. Darachi says, no matter what, Game Mess is forever.
Yep.
Game Mess for life. Well, I've been thinking about that. They used to say, Bullet Clubs for life. And I think they were lying. A lot of those people don't seem to be friends anymore in wrestling.
No. Yeah. NWO still shows up, but it's usually just the three of them now. So that wasn't for life for a lot of them either.
Right. What about all those other people in NWO? Yeah. That was clearly not for life. Yeah. I think every week they kicked people out of it.
Exactly.
Ricky B says, sorry for suggesting that Daisy is a thought. Love you guys. Long live the mess.
PG-13. All right, well,
I did
PG-13.
Yep. Ricky B says, my Roman Empire were those KOTOR online, SWOTOR. That's right. Cinematic trailers. If I were in Disney, I would legit try to get those adaptive film. Please watch them if you haven't. Oh, they were great.
Yeah,
Do you remember
watching
these?
Yeah, absolutely. These were
They
really
were
good.
so well done. I think it was that studio that did a lot of these, right? They did like the Halo 2 ones and whatnot. They just did really good CG videos, and those were so freaking. Man, I like SWOTOR was good. I wish it was even more though, because there was something there. And yeah, the cinematics. Whenever you watch the cinematics, you would get very hyped up for the idea of playing a game like that, man.
Yeah, it's definitely the kind of thing where it's like, I should eventually look into this. I never did, but it was very appealing to me.
Next up is from Jamie Hardigan. It says, is the Ship of Theseus a remake or a remaster?
Yeah, I would call it a remaster, but I guess I don't know. That's a good point.
Well, no, they
think it's
changed
a
all the
remake.
parts.
I guess,
Mostly-
yeah, I
most-
guess. Yeah, all right.
Mostly new parts.
Yeah,
In fact, it's all new parts, right?
it's all new parts, right?
yeah.
Eventually, it's all new parts. So I guess that would be a remake, man.
Now, I think these days we're calling that a remaster, maybe. I don't know.
Yep.
Empanada Eater says, donating to the stacked Halo with chips fund. That's what you guys spend all the super chat money on, right? Oh, yeah. Yeah.
let's
Go,
see
go,
here.
God. He's got 2 of them.
Now I got 3 of them. There you go.
You got 3
Okay.
of them.
You got to give me one of those.
Absolutely. So I bought.
Hell
I think
yeah.
I bought this one, and it was because it's still wrapped, which I thought was pretty exciting.
You can
And then
keep that.
someone sent me 2 more. I can't. Someone
yeah.
I think mentioned they were going to send me, and I can't remember who it was.
That sounds right.
But yeah, I finally went downtown today and got my mail from our office down there, our
Yeah.
remote virtual office, and this was here of a copy of Noobs as well.
For people who don't know, Stacked is a PS2 poker game where the back of the box quote is from Maxim Magazine, and it says, Halo with chips.
I also I got bad news. I opened up. I'm like,
Break Depot.
there should be a big
buddies.
box. Talking to the guy that like does this virtual office thing. Like there should be a big box. He kind of hands me one. It's like kind of a little bit larger. I'm like, smaller. I'm like, I wonder if that Peepo didn't come. And I opened up the box and it said, bad news, your 15-inch Peepo sold out. So Dan got the last one. So instead, we're sending you a 5-inch Peepo. So
Wow.
I got a shriveled Peepo.
Yeah, it's, sizes and everything, Jeff. It's
That's
okay.
fair enough. Yeah, it's how you use the Peepo for sure.
That's how you use the Peepo. All right. Lex Lay says, sending you all love. Thank you for all you do. You fuckers are the best. P-best. Thank you, Lexi.
Thank you so
Appreciate
much,
it.
Lex.
Like a Dylan just sends a heart. Thank you. Like a Dylan, I'll give you one too. There you go. Danger 0047 says, love you guys, Peener. Thank you so much, Danger. Appreciate that.
Thank you.
Rapid Fire says, if capitalism takes out Blight Club, I'm going to lose my shit. Love you guys. Keep up the good work. Like, literally, don't go anywhere or I will unravel. Again, Blight Club won't end anytime soon for any reason I can possibly perceive.
Yeah, it's sort of just been a luck of cosmic fate that we get paid to do that. If we have to, figure out how to do it on our own, we will. But we would do it kind of no matter what.
Yep, absolutely. A good old-fashioned YouTube crash just happened. Give me a moment here. All right, here we go. Kyle Turner says, hope all is well. I thought the beef and cheddar boys might need a little extra cheddar tonight. Thanks for all that you do. I appreciate you all.
Thank
you, Kyle. It is very much appreciated. Jose Francisco Goncalves, I believe, says, I just want to say thank you to both of you and to all the Giant Bomb crew for being the great people that you are. We love you all and will follow you anywhere. Thank you, Jose. Really appreciate that.
Thank you, Jose.
Kitty Catman 93 says, did you guys watch the new Did You Know Gaming video on Eastern European game clones in the mid-90s? Evidently, there was a super popular Dr. Mario clone in Serbia called Dr. Mabalshik. Then there's some letters here
Yeah, what's
in an Eastern European language that I assume is penis. I'm going to just assume that means penis.
Yeah, that's probably a good guess. Yeah.
Yeah, Jeff, I bet that this sounds way up your alley, frankly.
Yeah, that sounds awesome, actually. In fact, I'm going to go watch this video, and then I'm going to go find as many 90s Eastern European game clones as I possibly can. That sounds fantastic.
Did you know gaming is so neat? Because I feel like at first it was relatively just like we got some popular game YouTuber to
Yes.
spit out these facts we Googled about whatever game.
Kind of
And now
sloppy.
they're like,
yeah.
Yeah, and they're like investigating and uncovering all this new stuff. It's great.
Yeah, like they have like someone clearly that they talk to from Rare all the time who used to work at Rare, and they just get all kinds of great stuff about that studio specifically. I really love Did You Know Gaming now.
Next up is Dark Steel Brushwag. It says, thanks for the stream last night. That was the most fun I've ever had pre-ordering a console. Given the rush to pre-order, do you think Switch 2 is set up to be an all-timer in console sales? Peepo. There's so much excitement around those pre-orders always. Hey, I remember how exciting and how well the Dreamcast sold at launch, right? Yep. So it's hard to tell in the long term, but there's definitely a very ravenous fan base that is ready to get this thing on day one, and that's enough for me to be excited and have a good time.
Yep, yeah. I think there's it's going to do very well in that first year. After that, who knows?
Next up is That Boy Jerry. Thanks for all the wonderful content throughout the years. You two are awesome. Love the pod and keep up the great work. Sean and Christian. Grab a microphone too, I guess. Then he drew a penis with letters and symbols.
Yeah, emoticon penis. Sure, yeah. Thank you, Dat Boy Jerry.
Large Mario says P as in the lagoon, and then NES.
Peanuts in
that's very generous.
System.
Yeah, that's very generous super chat too. So thank you so much, Large Mario.
Thank you, Large Mario.
Still our favorite Mario.
Yeah, we'll say it for
really
you then. Penis. There you go.
All right, there you go. Jared still says, just wanted to say you guys and the rest of the GB crew are incredibly valued. I'm a delivery driver, and having you and the whole crew tickle my ear holes all day makes work fly by. I'm so happy I get to tickle your ears, Jared.
Absolutely, yes.
With my tongue.
I've worked that job for a very long time, Jared, so I'm glad we're hanging out with you and keeping you company.
Simon from Saskatchewan says, have you seen the image of the tasteless McD's ad in Cornwall, UK? Good luck if you haven't. No idea what you put an ad there. Thoughts on the draft so far? I looked this up, Jeff, earlier, and they put up a McCrispy ad by a crematorium sign.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Holy shit.
So that's pretty good.
Yeah, I like that a lot.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, that's pretty good stuff.
And I haven't been paying attention to the draft, though.
Yeah, I'll peek in and I'll give my thoughts if I have any. I probably will not.
Invis says, love you all. Love you too, Invis. Thank you. Sorry for Saskatchewan's back saying, ever play Amazing Tater? A rarer Game Boy game. No, but I like the idea of a game starring a potato, if that is indeed what is going on there.
Yeah. What's it called? It's called The Amazing Tater.
Amazing Tater. Just Amazing Tater. I don't think there's the article there.
I don't see. Okay, you're right.
It's not the Amazing Taser. He's just a Amazing Tater.
I'm assuming that this is a Dizzy. Is that the name of the egg? I'm assuming this is a Dizzy the Egg ripoff.
No, it's not. In fact, in Japan, it's just called Puzzle Boy 2.
Oh.
It also seems to have gotten good reviews. So I bet it's one of those like top-down, like quote unquote puzzle games, but your movie style. I bet it's like a Cubicle or whatever that game Dan likes.
Cubicle, yeah.
One of those, or like a Fire and Ice or Solomon's Key. One of those kind of things. Oh, sure,
yeah, totally. Okay.
This is my guess, though. Simon from back again. Thank you, Simon says, $20. I wanted a peanut. $20 can buy many peanuts. Explain how. Money can be exchanged for goods and services. What's your favorite Simpsons bit? I got my Itchy, Scratchy, and Poochie shirt on right now. And I bought the shirt from Mom. I just knew. What I didn't know is on the back, it has the Poochie died on his way back to his planet shirt, like letters thing. So that's pretty good. I think about that one a lot. I do think about steamed hams a lot, Jeff. I am not going to lie. It's a little simple of me, but steamed hams makes me laugh.
It's good stuff. Bit. Yeah, I was just watching an episode of The Simpsons. I was watching the Stonecutters episode, and the bit I always think about is, and it's because they played the Stonecutters episode on September 11th after it happened, and Homer tries to do good by painting a building, but he paints it sky blue, so a helicopter crashes into it. And as soon as that happened on that day, they pulled the episode and put on a different Simpsons episode, and that was the one where Marge was afraid of flying. And I know I've told that story before, but you guys brought it up. At that
point, you got past the awkward scene. It's not like they're going to do it twice.
I know, yeah. I'm like, what are you even thinking? But they're like, do something. We got to do something. It was weird.
Flathead Fifth says, not me closing shut the jaws of Oblivion with a bunch of crying, laughing emojis. Brian Lally says, appreciate you. We appreciate you too, Brian. Thank you. Mikey O'Leary says, love you boys here. Get yourself an ice cream. Thank you, Mikey.
Thank you, Dad.
I actually thought about getting ice cream when I was out, and I was like, what am I, like the king of England getting ice cream? Right. Like some kind of decadent dandy? Like,
right, it's like just barely spring. I guess it's a month into spring, but it feels, you're right, decadent.
It was a little warm today, though. Might have been nice. Scott Robertson joined the Lincoln tier here on YouTube, so thank you so much, Scott. Really appreciate it. Matt Souza says, got the stitches out of my hand today. Mike, on behalf of everyone, please don't tell the garage door dog story ever again. Hey, look, I held on to it for a while. It was clearly a bottom of the barrel story, okay?
Yeah, what are we
can't make any promises.
In total, like 500 episodes into all this stuff between the two podcasts? Like, it had to come up eventually.
Yeah. Someday it has to come. Worst is going to come still, everybody, so just buckle up.
Yep. Oh, no.
Bruno Trigger says, a licky boom boom down. That's from that song I know how to sing.
Yeah, know how is a way to put it. Sure, yeah.
Yeah. Gwen the Hunter says, finally got my Switch 2 pre-order in person at GameStop. An old lady drove by and yelled, is this the line for Smash Burger? And someone said, yes. Oblivionous.
Yeah.
That's pretty good. That reminds me of that good joke from the Muppets, the movie, where there's foreign tourists are at the Muppet Studio tour, and they ask the tour guide, is this Universal Studios? He looks down the ground in shame and goes, yes, it is. Just takes their money. Next up here is from Bander SN. Congrats to everyone who got their pre-order. Question: would Mike consider Brokeback Mountain a spaghetti western? Wow.
There's layers to that one. Not everyone's going to get that.
Oh, was it okay for me to read that?
I think, listen, you were paid. You were coerced. It's all right.
Oh my God. Wow.
There's nothing wrong about it. Listen.
That's Licky.
Fucking funny.
Licky, what do you think?
That's fucking funny, dude. That's fucking funny.
It's pretty funny.
I enjoyed it.
Incredible. Woo. Okay. Next one is High Score. It says, here's the Game Mess and now the road to Switch 2. Hope all's okay. What is your most hyped first party game? I am such a Metroid guy, Jeff, and I'm very excited for that. But boy, Donkey Kong Bonanza just seems so interesting. And I love all the destruction stuff. And it's from the team that made one of my favorite games ever in Mario Odyssey, presumably. So it might even be Donkey Kong over Metroid Prime 4 right now.
Yeah, I mean, you know me, it's all Switch 2 welcome party over here. I want to guess the frame rate. Let's go. No, I am definitely finding myself just thinking about Mario Kart way more than I thought I would. I'm like, man, driving around that world, discovering stuff sounds like such a good time. So right now, that's actually at the top of the list. Everything is, I mean, I just can't wait to play Donkey Kong, Metroid, all that stuff just looks so good. So it's all kind of like a tie for first place in a lot of ways. But yeah, Mario Kart is up there right now for me.
Zacy says, had to drive 2 hours to the city. I live in the sticks because at 11:55, my internet went out.
Oh, no.
Wow, honestly, brick and mortar is superior in this exact situation. Yeah, ooh, that's scary there. That's scary there.
Yeah, everyone's kind of saying, like, when they did go to GameStop today, it was like, it was the best way to do it. And I just think that's because so many people had already done it online that you were going to just have a better chance there the next day.
Yeah. But it was always scary because, like, well, you're skipping out intentionally on one method of trying to get one, right? And
and you treating it as a backup was probably the best plan, yeah.
El Grug says, Informer, say daddy me. Snow me, I go blame. I licky boom boom down. Don't know what this means, but sending some love nonetheless. Panicio. I know what that is. Those are the lyrics of the song Informer that I know.
Yeah, by Snow that he knows.
But yes, it's by Snow because he says that word in there.
He does. He says his name. Yep. And it says, no say daddy, me Snow. So don't call him daddy. That's Snow.
Yeah. Licky boom boom down.
Of course.
Gwen the Hunter says, hope y'all are okay at Giant Bomb and GameSpot. Tell Jan he can quit smoking if he uses cigarette money for super chats instead, like me. Might not work though, cause nicotinus. Nicotinus. They just combined nicotine with penis, Jeff.
Yeah. Listen, it's an addictive substance.
Incredible.
Try to stay away from it.
Danger says, so thankful Giant Bomb introduced me to you too. Yeah, shout outs to anybody who did find us through Giant Bomb, right? That's always really cool. It's been, I know some of our people went over there, but I think a lot more people that introduced us to a really big audience on Giant Bomb and elsewhere. So really appreciate anybody who found us that way.
Yep, for sure.
Super Blastic says, whatever happens, I'll be there with you, dudes. Thanks as always. Even last night was a fun stream. Lots of love. Thank you so much, Super Plastic. Really appreciate you. Always happy seeing you around. It's, it is neat, Jeff. all these names pretty much are familiar, right? We have a very, I don't want to say loyal because that's such a silly loyal to our podcast, right? But we have people who, they show support and it's appreciated.
Yeah, and even the people that have come through over the years, maybe fallen off for whatever reason, we appreciate everything. Just anytime you've listened to the show ever has been great.
Next up, Dat Boy Jerry joined the link here. Thank you, Dat Boy Jerry. I really appreciate that. Idke says Game Blight domain is available. Love you all. Thank you, Idke.
We are checking.
Appreciate that. Zempic Rachel sending love to Christian and the boys. There you go, Christian. Low love for you. Thank you, Christian.
Thank you. I'm doing the K-pop heart with my fingers.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, nice. Like
it. Tough one.
No. With the thumb and the index.
Wait, this one?
No.
Okay.
I'll show you.
Yeah. I don't know.
Later, okay.
Next up is Edgar Marino says, "When you eat grapes whole, do you freeze them?" Also, Say the Wolves is just okay. Wish it felt better to play PSP NES. That's pretty good. I don't eat grapes whole. I just saying I would. I guess I'd rather they be frozen so that all of the gross liquid is at least kind of a solid instead of like potentially exploding in my mouth. Yeah. I'd rather they drop like rocks down there,
Yeah. But
like that, Chef, on chat.
Okay. No, I don't get it. Potentially exploding in your mouth. That's a danger you got to put up with grapes. I get it.
Yeah, it's risky. T. McCallan says, "I spent last couple months beating Dragon Quest 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9 while watching Mike's Dark Souls VODs.
Oh, fun.
Love you guys, Peepo." Thank you. Really appreciate that. That's fun. I've played 3, 5, 7, and then parts of 8 and 9. I'd like to play more of those. I bet after this 1 and 2 remake, they'll do 4 remake for sure. Because that was also a Famicom era one, and that'll be my way of finally playing that one. So that'd be fun. YouTube crashed again, Jeff. Isn't it just the best with that?
It's really, really handy.
It's a great site. It's a small site. You have to understand.
There's no point to even fix it though, because it really doesn't cause any problems.
Christian Jetson says, "Hey guys, not to inflate your heads too much, but you guys rule. Your reporting has genuinely made me understand the industry in deeper ways, and appreciate you guys. That's all. Take care, guys." Thank you so much, Christian.
Thanks, Christian Jensen. That's very nice to say. We appreciate it.
Willow Davis says, "Target is saying Switch 2 estimated delivery is June 6th through 11th. Hope it changes. Target support is not helping at all. Can't really complain though. I got one."
Right.
Yeah, it is weird that it would say that. Maybe it's just them covering their ass. Maybe it's just the way their system works. I bet you're still most likely to get one the 6th, but hey, you have an order at least. 5 days isn't that long.
Right, and it's like there's still a lot of chances for everything to go wrong with any of these stores where it's like, okay, yeah, everyone's like, Walmart was goated. It worked really well, and Best Buy can go to hell. It broke down, but wait until delivery day. Let's see who actually gets out the Switch 2s in a timely manner, because that stuff could still break or go really wrong. So still plenty of opportunities for us to get mad at these companies.
Dirty Erdy says, "Family love Giant Bomb Heart." Thank you so much, Dirty Erdy, for that generous
shout to you,
Dirty
Erdy.
Really appreciate it. Dat Boy Jerry, says, "How does Claire Obscure Expedition 33 compare to the GOAT Blue Dragon?" I know they're being funny, but a lot of people are comparing this to the other
Lost
Xbox
Odyssey,
360
right? Yeah.
Mist Walker game, Lost Odyssey, which is something that's been on my backlog forever. Blue Dragon has a bit more of a complicated reception amongst the JRPG fans, but still kind of want to play it someday.
Yep.
Hello, Gan says, "Andor is the best Star War." You've been watching your Andor season 2, Jeff?
I did, yeah, kind of right away after we got done with Nintendogs on Tuesday, which, hey, everyone should watch that show as well. It's our other podcast, our Nintendo podcast. I watched the episodes and I was like, I'll see how I'm doing. I ended up watching all 3, and it's like, by the end of the first season, I had gone through it so many times and looked at everything so much that those first episodes ended up becoming my favorite after a while, even though there's more action and more mesmerizing stuff in the later episodes. They lay so much good groundwork in those first 3 episodes of the first season that's like, man, this stuff all pays off so hard, and I just appreciate that. And I'm expecting the same thing to happen this time, where it's like the more I watch this stuff, and I've kind of had it on in the background for a second watch through, a lot of stuff is hitting hard, and I'm like, I expect this to pay off in a big way, and man, there's just some excellent work with every single one of the characters from the first season, and they twist the knife on some other stuff that you wouldn't expect them to, just to make things harder on these characters. They know what they're doing. It's really good stuff. And then, it gets very dark in some ways, and they handled it really well because it really just is a well-crafted show. So you can kind of trust them with even very sensitive topics. So I'm impressed by everything.
MC Goomba says, can we be real with each other? Mike, how envious are you looking at Jeff's smooth chest? It's not even the chest, it's the shoulders. I haven't worn a tank top in 33 years, I think. Maybe longer. Not since I was 12, I think was the last time. I didn't even like them back then.
Sure.
It's not really an option. It'd be a real weird look right now. I wouldn't be happy. Nobody would be happy. So congratulations, Jeff.
Yeah, thanks. I guess it's I usually just wait for it to get pretty hot, but I'm like, oh, I gotta get the laundry, so I'm like, I guess I'm already down to the tank tops, and I put it on. It's like, oh yeah, this is not too bad. I don't mind this look.
Tingle says, if you could play only one video game series for the rest of your life, future games included, what would it be? I think mine would be Resident Evil. That would be a pretty good one. How about you, Jeff?
Yeah, the question is like one game for the rest of your life?
No, if you want to play one video game series for the rest of your life, including future games.
Oh, okay. Well, then it's Super Mario Brothers for me. Like I gotta be real. It's that was the first like true love in gaming. It's been that way forever, and that gets me both the 2D and the 3D games, I think. So
it would only get you those two, right? You're not getting like the Mario parties and the Mario RPGs, are you? And the Mario Kart.
I don't think that's in the spirit of this question. I think, our mainline argument aside, it's going to get me the 2D and the 3D games. Yeah.
Do you think if I say Final Fantasy, that gives me access to Final Fantasy 14?
I think it's, yeah, it gets you Final Fantasy 14.
Mainline,
yeah, but it doesn't get you like theater rhythm.
Sure. Yeah, I would like that theater rhythm.
I know,
yeah,
of course.
Just getting that MMO and all the RPGs I like is pretty good, though. It's just one kind of game. There's going to be a part-time or maybe miss more Dewey games. That's what Final Fantasy 16 is for, I guess.
Yeah, there you go. Go get a little bit of good combat there.
It'd either be that or Mega Man or Mario, honestly. Resident Evil's not bad.
That's a good choice. Yeah, for sure. And you're right, Denzel. That wouldn't get no Yoshi Island. I wouldn't take Yoshi Island. I don't think I could.
No, because you're a man of honor.
Yeah, I mean, I would love to have it, and I'll consider it part of it, whatever. But I think for this question, I would say no Yoshi's Island.
Hey, I think we're about halfway through here. What we have so far, Super Chats.
Yeah.
Why don't we take a quick break? We'll come back. We'll be right back and read more of these. Thank you, everybody.
Sounds good.
You read my mind. How do you know I was about to say that?
He could feel your energy.
Because this little thing was like halfway through. I could sense.
Thank
I gotta go to
you.
the bathroom and take Penny out too, though. So I'll be
Cool.
right back.
There we go.
Sounds good. Thanks for
We're
hanging out with us,
in
everybody. We're gonna get
in
back to it
sync.
soon. Yeah. Yeah, we've been doing this a while now, right? So makes sense.
Yeah. Oh, like 3 years. 3
Yeah,
years?
something like that.
Oh my
Yeah,
God.
it's been a minute.
It's so much.
What the hell? Brad's leaving?
Oh shit! Not again.
Yep.
Damn it.
And we announced it
I made
here.
that joke once and got banned on the Jambon Discord and
Yeah.
and then the Jambon chat.
Now it's just a
They were
good.
like, we don't do those jokes no more.
Yeah. No, now it's a good joke. It's back. It's funny again.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's turned around.
It's in vogue again.
All right. Let's see. I'll skip those ads and then hit this button instead. So it kind of just happens now. All right. I don't even know. Like I hit that button here on YouTube. It's like when we take these breaks, it's like, well, now here's where we can put the ads. No one ever says anything. I wonder if ads play live or that's just something that happens later. If it happens later, YouTube is probably putting in ads way more than that, is what it seems like. It's so bad at that.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah. The auto one's always pretty bad.
All right. What game, before I take this SD card out of my computer and put it into the flippy drive that is now installed in my GameCube?
Star Fox Assault.
Star Fox Assault. Okay. I'm taking all other recommendations, and in fact, I'll just go right down here on a list. Let's see here.
Shenmue for GameCube. Long lost.
Yeah.
finally, it's happening.
Let's see here. Let me just write it down. What are you doing? There we go.
Just a-
Is there
Whatever.
any particular reason that you're using a GameCube in that way? Like, is there anything in particular that you're looking to do with it, or is it just because you like the GameCube?
It's mostly just because I like the GameCube. Yeah.
Okay.
Metal
That's
Gear
mostly
Solid
it.
3.
Let's see here. Oh yeah,
I
Metal
can't think of.
Arms.
It's taking me a long time to think of games that are not in GameCube. I don't know why.
You're struggling to think of things that aren't on GameCube?
Yes, because
you're,
that's the
you're
joke.
trying to do
I'm
I know,
making.
I get you're trying to do a bit, but it's like, I don't know, it feels like that would be pretty easy, but all right, I guess not.
Yeah, no, but I'm dumb. You
No,
see?
I listen, if I
Shadow of the Colossus, you know?
yeah, there you go. If you told me not to think
There
of
you go.
something Christian, I would also struggle to not think of the thing you told me not to think of. So I get it.
Yeah, that's how Inception works.
Just do the Jeff Grubb ceremonial. Put the Star Wars game on there. Which one's that? Rogue Leader?
Yes, that's the one I have physically, but I'm also putting it on there for sure.
I see.
I'll also get Bounty Hunter. Let me make sure I have.
You
that.
know what? Play it on a flippy drive as well. See if there's loading differences.
Yeah, that's a good idea. That'll be fun to see.
Yeah.
Cursed Mummy. I got a pretty
Too
good
bad
memory card too.
Starfighter's not on GameCube.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
You get show respect.
Good suggestions in
Like
the chat.
certain
A
people.
lot of Billy Hatchers. I'm surprised. A lot of Billy Hatchers.
I've never played Billy Hatcher. I think I've maybe tried
It is
but
kind of the spiritual successor to Glover in a lot of
Yeah.
ways.
It kind of is.
X-Men Legends
It's
is a good
solid.
one.
Not amazing, but it's a
Not a bad
solid game, I
game.
think.
It's fine.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
will.
You are
I will get the
extra-
Our team has done a lot worse.
Mike, you're extra.
Oh, Def
pixelated
Jam.
today.
Duh.
Pixelated?
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, you just had you had an internet moment.
Yeah, he looks
You're
fine to
back.
me now.
Yeah.
Hentai
All right.
Golf, of course. All right, cool.
Naturally.
Oh, Beautiful Joe. Let me write that down. I don't think I have that.
Oh, beautiful Joe Fox. Are you
Yep.
hooking this up to the Retro Tank or to the CRT?
RetroTink. Well, I'll do a little bit of both, but
Okay.
RetroTink for right now since that's the shiny new thing, right? So, yeah.
It's gonna
Dude,
double
Beautiful
click.
Joe looks insane on a CRT.
Yep. Yeah, I'm gonna do that. I'm still trying to find an LG CX. That one did not come through.
Yeah.
Another guy had it, and he's like $1,100. I'm like, homie, come on. He's like, I'll go down to 900. I'm like, I can't justify that
Yeah.
in this
Oh,
moment.
right.
Right.
Oh, Chad, Jeff knows about Ultimate Muscle. Don't worry.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
that's
King
like that's
Command.
one of my favorite
Oh, yeah.
hidden gems
Have you
on
ever-
the GameCube.
Very
Have you ever played
problematic.
Simpsons Hit and Run?
Simpsons Hit and Run. Yes, I've never like played it all the
Nice.
way through, but I played a ton of it.
Okay, yeah, it's really
I
good.
did
But
that
The
too.
hype was
I'll
real.
make sure I get that though. Simpsons.
Yeah,
Gotta love that
hype
game.
was real, and all Hulk Ultimate Destruction and stuff like that.
Oh, yeah.
All right, ready to get back to it?
Yeah, let's do it. I will bring us back in
Mm-hmm.
and send it back over to you. All right, we're back from the break. Mike, still plenty of super chats to get into. Thank you to everybody who's sending those in. As always, we will get to all of them. So, and that's going to be our segment tonight because, again, we were expecting this, although it's still very kind for everybody to come through like this. But yeah, let's keep reading these super chats and talking about what the people want to talk about, Mike.
Nick Olivito says, whatever happens for you guys, know that every single one of you here in that Giant Bomb fucking rule, and you've been killing it. You should all be proud, so proud of yourselves, and I'll support you guys wherever you are. Love you guys and wish you the best. Thank you so much, Nick. Really, really, really do appreciate those incredibly kind words and the generous super chat there. Thank you.
Thank you. And it's been fun to make that stuff, so we're going to try to keep doing it. We'll do our best.
Alcoholic Cost says, loved watching the pre-order a Switch 2 stream last night while also juggling 3 tabs, hoping to snag one. Homer came through so far. Thank you for all you do. My beef and cheddar. Oh, geez, much love. Thank you so much, Alcohol. I really, really, really do appreciate that.
Yep, it
Thank
was
you.
a great time.
Generous super chat there.
Yep, absolutely. Thank you so much.
The 10 Derek says, got a Switch 2 pre-order, and this will be the first console I'm buying day one. Any particular special day one console release memories? Man, gosh, quite a few. What's funny was like the Dreamcast, I remember renting it for that first time more than the day we actually bought one. I remember getting the Saturn because they had that early release, so we were just at the Toys R Us and they had one, and we didn't think it was supposed to be out yet, and we were able to get one then. There was something about the Wii because it was such this different thing, and there was all that excitement and hype. Getting the Wii home and actually getting to look at and touch that controller felt very special. It was like, wow, here it is. I actually have this thing. And that was a great day one. And I know I dunk on Wii Sports sometimes, but it was a lot of fun there. You immediately had a new Zelda game. Making Mii's was really exciting at that time. So I dunk on the Wii, but that was a very fun launch experience, actually.
Yeah, the Wii was fun. I've definitely told these stories before, but getting the N64 on launch day was like a huge surprise because my parents had never done that before. And so them being like, we are going to get this for you on launch day, it was like this really great feeling to be playing Mario 64 after pining for it for what felt like years. I'm sure it wasn't that long. They didn't even take that long making that game. So, but just like that's all I could think about for so long. So to get that game and just be able to play it and right away was awesome. And then let's see, not too many other day ones, but yeah, I guess the other one would have been Wii and yeah, I guess before day one the Switch. But yeah, N64 really stands out.
I remember the 3DS one because we went to Best Buy for it. And they like had all these tables set up with just all the stuff, like all those launch games and all the accessories. So you kind of like go by and like, okay, like do I really want this or that? Like, thinking about that. Like, and there wasn't much really on the 3DS launch. Actually, it was kind of a weak launch, but still, it was exciting getting that system. It's a fun time. You had to talk yourself into not getting Steel Diver or stuff like that.
Exactly. Yes. Now I'm like, I kind of wish I had gotten Steel Divers, but absolutely. You know what? Well, I didn't get it on day one, but my friend got it on day one. And if I sent them a couple options, but this is the story I hope they pick for the EGM Compendium actual collection. But I wrote the story there. But basically, the short version is I went over to my friend's house because he was getting a Dreamcast on $99.99, and we hung out. We just played Soul Calibur all day. It was awesome. And then I drove home, and that's when I got my first car crash. Not that I've been in a lot, but like it was a week after I got my driver's license, so it stands out as my first car crash. And this huge gouge in the side of my car, and I just remember the $99.99 EGM Dreamcast magazine that I also had with me because we were like going through that while we were looking through it, and that was like sitting on the passenger seat and like flew up and hit the dashboard and all that stuff. So yeah, a very something that sticks in my memory for sure.
It's funny because my first and so far, not gonna win, only speeding ticket was on the day the Wii came out because I was driving to my friend's house to play Wii Sports, right? And I was driving there and I realized I forgot my Wiimote. I had my Me on it,
right?
So I like raced back home and like was racing back over there, and that's when I got pulled over.
Oh, jeez.
So, lol. Next up is from Danger0047 says, damn, I said thankful, never gonna live this down. It's okay. I didn't even notice. I think I just read it as thankful. You're fine, Danger.
Yeah, but it will become the new way to say thankful in our Discord though. So you're right. You won't ever live it down.
Cody Bishop says, you now remember Blasto from PS1 era. I never forgot Blasto.
I think about
baby.
Blasto all the time. Phil Hartman. That's a pretty bad game that I like a lot. I like Blasto a ton.
It's kind of a better version of what Bubsy 3D is.
Definitely. Yes. It's like more refined while still having a lot of the bad baggage of not knowing how to make a 3D game.
Right. Like it still tank controls as kind of a mostly platform game. There's more shooting in this than in Bubsy, but all the levels are just sort of, you're in space.
Yeah.
Right?
It
like
looks really good because of that. They could like really put a ton of polygons into the characters and some of the enemies and stuff like that, and nothing else.
Screaming Madden says, I have been a fan of Giant Bomb since 2010. You all on Game Mess have brought so much amazing content from Blight Club to your tales on Voicemail Dump Truck. I love you all at Current Giant Bomb. Thank you so much, Screaming Madden. I really appreciate hearing that.
And I know you're an OG, so thanks for hanging out with us here.
Johnny Boy says, Labubu harder to get than Switch 2. I know Emma's talked about Labubu a lot, but I still don't think I know what they are.
It's Postmark. I can't remember what the actual brand is called, but she did show me Labubu, and I will check in with her next time I talk to her, and we'll find out what happened and whether or not she was able to get another one of those.
I do like saying the word Labubu.
Yeah, it's nice. Yeah, reminds me of Lubu.
Luke Sparrow says, I'm a comic book artist that draws 12 to 16 hours a day and was ecstatic about the power block being a big part of my workday. Will follow wherever you go. Thank you, Luke. I had fun doing the power block, right?
Yeah, and definitely part of it is it was a lot. We were trying to figure things out, like to make sure it wasn't going to kill Jan. So there's multiple moving parts here. It's just now, there was still another rug pull beyond that I wasn't happy with. So yeah.
Your Austin says, had a great experience pre-ordering Switch 2 today. They had 20 standard consoles and 45 bundles available in store. I just felt like a lunch waiting in line. Glad I got one. I am glad that seems like everybody had more of the bundles than the base console. They really seem to understand that that's the one people are going to go for. I'm
not surprised by that. I think what I was surprised were so many people were sure there would be so many fewer of those. And it's like, the reason they introduced that is to, like, again, to make people feel good about spending $500. It's like, I feel like I'm getting a deal because I'm getting Mario Kart included, and it's less money than if I buy them separately. And the way you take advantage of that is make sure that there's plenty of those. So, and they knew that was of course going to be the one that was in higher demand. So it was right to kind of meet that. Now, whether or not that will last, we'll see. But I do think they'll find ways to keep bringing that back every year at the very least.
I want to shout out Spiky in chat for seeing right through me. I do like the word Labubu because it sounds like what Jafar calls Aladdin that one time in the movie when he calls him. Aladdin has the fake name Prince Ali, but Jafar keeps saying it wrong. And the one time, the best wrong way, he says Prince Abubu. He's like, it's time to say goodbye to Prince Abubu. He says it real menacingly, and it's a very good moment in that very good movie. Next up is from Jordan. Thanks for the years of content, boys. Here's for your next Arby's run. Looking forward to more from where you both and the rest of the GB crew, wherever you are. Thank you so much, Jordan. We really do appreciate that.
Thank you, Jordan. I tried to get Arby's today, and my kids seem to have turned. Not that they don't like Arby's. No. They just like other things more. They're very much, if I'm going to get food, it's Jimmy John's. They just scream about Jimmy John's. They love them.
Jimmy John's, what?
I know. It's like they just discovered sandwiches. It's crazy. What? I know.
They'll get bored of that real fast.
I know. I thought so too, but it's been actually a couple of months now, and I'm not sure. We'll see.
That's interesting. Jimmy John's. What did I guess that?
Yep.
Now he says, thank you all on the stream last night. Pretty sure I got to switch you because of call-outs to try at just the right moment. No, yeah, it feels good that we hopefully helped a bunch of people get switched too. We were all sort of working together there. It was fun seeing everybody shouting out like, I got mine. It really was like just great supporting everybody and getting it done.
Yep. Yeah. It really seemed to help. I've been through like launches like that before, and I do like lose my patience and like lose the hope, and I kind of fall off. Having everyone there being like having that perseverance really paid off for me. I hope it did for everyone else as well.
Huber says Mikey goes big time on Twitch last night and is already going to the higher ups to get out of his next Blake Club. R.I.P. Peepo, Pope, and Peepus.
That's right. They all died together. Rule of threes.
R.I.P. Pope.
Yeah. It was good timing that we finished the one episode, right? Even that was a little annoying.
Oh man, that would have really pissed me off. Holy shit, I didn't even think about that. Oh man.
Oh yeah, it would be a different story if they had like told us you can't do Blake Club today. Even that last episode was like it's like annoying. It's like Dan can't miss this meeting, and it's like why? We're doing the job right now. We're doing the show. Now it's like we're rushed and we're putting pressure on you. Like you have to finish the show or else Dan's going to get in trouble. Like, come on, give me a break. James MD just gave a super chat with no message, but thank you so much, James. I really do appreciate that. Jess Martinez says Monster and Blue Moon is a super hack. That's most definitely what's up.
Are you saying drinking Monster energy drink? Is that what that is? Yeah, totally.
Is that a blue? Is that a there's black and blues. Is that like a Monster and blue?
Yeah,
an act in blue.
It's like a full blue moon is what that feels like because it unleashes the monster.
No, it's an ack in blue because you say ack when you see a monster because you're scared.
Okay, I like that. Like, yeah, like,
I had to explain the joke, but now you like it.
No, I like it because it makes me think of real monsters. Even though you said ack like Kathy, I still am associating it with real monster.
It is kind of Kathy coded, huh? A little too much Kathy going on there. I guess you don't say ack when you see the expert.
You can say what you want. I'm not going to judge you. It's a monster. You're scared.
That's gonna be my last words ever. Is was it you driving one time? I think you almost got us killed or something in the car, and Dan made some really funny noise. I wish I could remember what it was, but he couldn't stop thinking about how that was almost the last noise he ever made. Was this weird like whatever it was.
It sounds vaguely familiar. I don't remember being responsible for anyone's almost death, but that is definitely possible.
I barely remember it. Well, maybe it was me. I don't think I was driving. Maybe he was driving. I don't know. Next up is Carlos Lopez. He says, I understand demand is huge, but why is the order process still such a mess in 2025? I already got one, but geez, feels gross saying Walmart did. Well, I mean, nobody has the capacity to actually handle this many people coming in, and they don't want to pay for just these very rare occasions where these big drops happen and then be stuck with all this unneeded server tech, whatever it is. I don't know. It feels like it should be better. The line system, I don't know if that's a good thing or not, because I guess you just have to have faith that the line's gonna work.
Doesn't feel good.
It doesn't. I was in those Best Buy lines for a while, and I clicked on those right away, and that Best Buy just never worked for me. Somehow, the Walmart one did come through, so it was frustrating, but ultimately we got there.
Yep, yeah. It's it's just a matter of physics at a certain point, and then is it worth them to solve those issues? Because they're gonna every Switch 2 they have, whether it's now or another day where they're like, hey, there's more available, they'll sell every single one of those no matter what. So where's the incentive? It's that simple and that stupid, and it's not going to get better ever.
Shiamiro says, should I pay for a wedding videographer or Switch 2? Can I just film it on my 3DS? What peripheral would make the best video for this purpose? Penis. The best peripheral for filming on your 3DS. Is there a 3DS tripod, Nikki?
You should definitely...
Gang.
Yeah, please.
Sorry. If you are at your house and you're putting Monster Energy drink in the same glass as a Blue Moon, you are not seeing the pearly gates. Like, you simply, there is no afterlife for you. You will not see heaven. You're just resigning yourself to do eternal damnation now. And you don't need to. There's so much worse stuff you could do in between now and when you
pass away. Like a creamy Baja Blast.
So don't do that.
Yeah.
Don't.
Hey.
Hey, listen, I'm not saying I'll send you to hell or heaven. I'm just saying,
Mormons like
experimentation
can't be bad.
Oh, you're right. Yeah, I didn't think about that. That's a good point.
Okay.
That makes sense.
Thank you so much, Nikki.
Speak the truth.
Thank you, Nikki.
I'm going to try it. I'm going to put a monster in a blue moon. I'm going to try it.
I can't do energy drinks.
I don't think I like either actually all that much. I'm not a big Blue Moon guy, and Monster Energy drinks is not my thing.
Blue Moon's fine, but they always want to put like an orange in it, and then there's pulp gets in it. I don't like pulp at all, and I hate seeing little pulp particles in my beer. I hate it. Yeah. It disgusts me.
Everyone knew.
I'm scared of people that drinks Monster. They don't. I don't know.
You're scared? I think that's reasonable.
Yeah, they probably have a
should be scared of me.
Yeah, there it is.
Yeah.
There we go.
My buddy, Dave, Jeff, he's a wedding videographer. That's his job. That's what
really?
He does. Wedding season's picking up soon. Yeah. So he works a lot of weekends and whatnot. So I think you should pay for a wedding videographer so people like my friend continue to have a job. That's what I think.
I agree. I also, we did the thing where I just put a bunch of those like Kodak cameras at every table and just told people pick it up and record everything and whatever you want. Dumb shit. I don't care. And I liked editing that together. That was fun. That's like a good time because then you kind of get all these weird perspectives and fun footage you can work with. But your wife's probably going to want the real videographer, excuse me. So probably go that route.
Phantom23 says, wanted to shout out Maze Mice. It has a demo, but is releasing next week, and it's Pac-Man meets Vampire Survivors with super hot time mechanics. So that's neat. That sounds good.
Sounds fantastic. Sounds like my shit. I will look into this right now.
Chris Pratt says, no matter what happens, as my good friend The Rock says, enjoy your gaming.
That's right. Or as it says up there, because I never got, or One Up versus CPU definitely sent me the correct one. I've never replaced it. It still says enjoy your gaming up there.
Enjoy your gaming.
Yeah.
I prefer it that way.
Yeah, me too. I don't want to change it anymore.
I feel like every once in a while somebody new points out, do you know that's misspelled? Like, yeah,
we do.
Who cares?
Yep.
It's like the scene in Rocky 1, right? It's like, oh, Mr. Whatever, my tights are wrong in the band. It doesn't really matter, does it? Now, Rocky was supposed to be, take that dismissiveness not well. It fired him up, but to me, I'm like, it doesn't matter. Actually, it's a good point. Stinky says, F capitalism, go home. Thanks,
right.
Stinky.
That's right.
Ali Miracle says, shriveled peepo. Love you guys. Thank you, Ali Miracle. Really appreciate all of your support.
Do it for you.
Linton.
There you go.
There you go. There's Peepo. Peepo is floppy. Linden Avenue says, I hate the Analog Pocket OS.
Yeah, I mean, it's like not great, but it also just doesn't get in the way. I mean, I guess it's a little cumbersome, especially when you start using the other cores. But I got it. To me, it sounds like you probably haven't used the Mr. OS, which is way worse. So be happy for what you have there.
Levis T says, got a Playdate recently, and it's a cute, clever little device, which I'm enjoying. I understand why there's not a lot of these kind of novelty devices out there, but I wish there was. Love you guys. PP. I never got a Playdate, Jeff. I know you had one and it broke, and maybe got a new one.
Got a new
Is
one.
the
Got a
Playdate
replacement,
still growing? Is it a growing concern for you still? Going concern.
Not for me. No, I'm not. Although I did think about it the other day. I was like, I would like to check back in on it, but it's like there's so many other things to play. But there's new games being released for it all the time. And the cool thing is, it's like usually from devs that are recognizable, whose names I'm like, oh, they're making a Playdate game. I should check that out.
Next up is from Luke Sparrow. Also, can't believe you're faking a giant bomb scandal to pay for all those Switch 2s. Love the grift. Here's another Abe. They found us out, Jeff.
Shit. Well,
they got us.
We already got the money, so who cares?
We got it. Yeah. Thank you, Luke Sparrow. Deadly Virus Evil says, showing my support for you lads. Last night's Switch 2 pre-order stream was great. What's the Mount Rushmore of video game pre-orders? Gosh, it seems like Halo, like the Halo 2 and Halo 3, those were both very big events, even for like a non-Halo person like me.
It is a shooter. A lot of shooters, because Modern Warfare 2 also was this massive thing after Modern Warfare.
Yes.
Yeah.
That the first Black Ops also, some of those early Call of Duties were very, very big deals. Then the Wii I think was huge. That was a very exciting one. 360 I think about too, actually. There was excitement for 360. They had that weird
Elijah
MTV
Wood,
special.
right? Yeah.
Elijah Wood, and where they're really like trying to hype up Perfect Dark Zero as the next Halo.
Yeah.
And it's funny because Call of Duty 2 was also a launch game, but that was actually the next Halo, turns out. Yeah.
Yeah,
So,
several Maddens there. Yeah, Dr. Butthugger there in the early 2000s for sure.
Someone said Destiny. I remember being very excited about Destiny, pre-ordering Destiny, me and my friends. And then
Wind Waker, because just when pre-ordering it, you got that disc of Ocarina of Time, right?
Oh,
in
yeah.
the Master Quest. So
yeah,
that was just a really cool thing to pre-order right away.
Right, and there was honestly it was Ocarina of Time, right? Because if you pre-ordered it, you got the gold cartridge, and so yeah.
Right, yeah, that one too. All right, next up is from Driving D Van. I've been enjoying the game as pods for a while, but first time here live. Just wanted to thank you both for all the pod streams and general awesomeness you put out into the world. You all rule. Thank you, Driving D Van. Really appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you.
That's it's very nice, and like always, everyone should know. No matter how you listen, it's all great. If you're listening later on the podcast feeds, we love it. But of course, everyone tuning in live, it's great to see that. So thanks for hanging out with us.
I think he says Mike got the Lord of the Rings and NES pictures. Tokoto for sure. I didn't even realize that the two autograph things I got were the two halves of Tolkien Miyamoto.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's wild.
I really am that telegraphed.
Yeah, it's that. Honestly, they're just like, they probably were like, he's coming. Like, what do we have for him? It's like, get out the Tolkien bullshit and the Nintendo bullshit.
It makes sense why everything else was Pittsburgh sports memorabilia, and then these two things for some reason. Just Rex says, fell asleep last night, woke up 20 minutes after midnight, was able to get a Switch 2 pre-order through Best Buy. Spend this $10 on that game Nintendo's making that should be free. Thank you, Just Rex. I appreciate it. Yeah, I feel much better about buying the $10 welcome tour bullshit thing now.
I will just use that money, Just Rex, just to buy it for him straight up, and I'll make sure he gets it. Don't worry.
Empanada Eater says, Grubb's thoughts on Andor Season 2 so far. Pepino, you talked a little bit about it, but anything else you want to say?
I mean, it's very good. I expect it to keep getting better, but it's one where it's like, still, I'm afraid to recommend it, because is this what people want from Star Wars? It's definitely what I want from Star Wars, but everyone seems to like it, so it's been nice to see. And it just, if you like thinking about a show, there's so much there to think about and stew over. So, yeah, my highest recommendations.
Fantasy Frank says, just wanted to send love to two of my favorite internet duders. Thank you, Fantasy Frank. I really appreciate that.
Thank you, Fantasy Frank.
Adam Steed says, fandom can pound sand. Hope you all are doing well and get a chance to do more of what you love. Thank you, Adam.
Yep.
Appreciate it.
We'll see. It's like, there's still a lot of unknowns. Like I said, new boss is boss. Like, there's also reasons to be hopeful about that, but we don't know. We'll see.
And I guess, like, nothing is certain yet. We don't know what's going to happen, and not us trying to be coy. We really don't know what's happening right now. So we all kind of have to hang in there a little bit. EP Idiot Box says, as a creative director with constantly diminishing creative control due to out of touch management, I feel some of your stress. Love you guys. Damn the man. Thank you, EP Idiot Box. Really do appreciate that.
Yeah, it's kind of the same at every corporation at the end of the day. So, shout outs to you.
Yeah. Peas in space. My voice cracked there. Peas in space. I wanted to do more of a Muppet thing, but came with space. Kind of there a little bit. Peas in space.
I like it.
And then YouTube crash. I crashed YouTube with my voice crack there.
Oh, no.
Fantastic. Peas in space says, wake me up when Oblivion Remastered Mega Bloom mod drops. When I have to wear sunglasses while playing in the same room as my OLED P-Bis. Man, 360 Bloom was just out of control, huh?
Yep. You know what? Actually, there's an intensity slider in there. Just go in there and turn that all the way up, and you'll be good.
Oh, you love that shit.
Yeah. Give me all the intensity
You love intensity sliders.
Yeah, hit me with it.
Chuckowski says, wow, I sure hate Nintendo. We're canceling Nintendogs, I think. I'm just tired of working with insert name of co-host. Hope this is enough for some good Emma Frost skins and Marvel Rivals. Love you, fellas. Thanks, Chuckowski.
Thanks, Chuckowski.
Yeah. I'm not a fan of Emma Frost at the moment for reasons. Woke Gabagoo Boy says, finally joined the Patreon, given what's been going on. Much love to all of you. Also got my Switch 2 pre-order at my local GameStop. Pepsi. Thank you, Woke Gabagoo Boy. I tell you what, it's a good thing GameStop lasted long enough for at least this, huh?
Yeah, exactly. That's honestly, I bet that's usually how they justify it. Like, let's just make it to the next console launch, and then we'll shut everything up. And then they're like, well, another one's coming. Let's see if we can make it to Switch 2. Also, yes, Pepsi is the soda that sounds most like penis. That's a good point.
It's true.
Yeah.
They should put that on the bottle.
The taste of a new generation. The cola that sounds the most like genitalia.
I'll try real quick to think if there's any other colas that kind of sound like genitalia.
Dr. Pepper is a, yeah.
Of course.
Also, vagina cola, of course. Yeah.
Of course, yeah. Yeah, that's right. That's
Can't
right.
forget that. That's
I forgot
from
about
Faygo.
citrus clitoris. Let's see here now. Alex, the WP says, thanks for the fun pre-order stream last night. Thank you, Alex. Really appreciate you joining us. EP Idiot Box says, I just learned the expression, you're losing so much weight, all that'll be left is ribs and dick. All that to say, you're looking good, Grubb. Grubb, you think you're just only going to be ribs and a penis at some point?
Yeah, that's the goal, of course. That's what everyone's going for. When I did go down to the office in Cleveland, the guy hadn't seen me in a long time, and he mentioned it. And I'm like, yeah, it's Ozempic. I do think it's a great thing, and I'm happy to be on it. But it really did make a huge difference. So that it's happening more frequently, and it's a nice thing usually when people say it. So I appreciate it.
Dr. Butthugger says, WTF, Jeff, I heard on random Discord, your boss has got a new boss that said they don't want you to stream anymore. WTF, whose house do I have to? Well, we'll leave that part out, but thank you so much.
Chill, everyone, chill. Listen, we're going to work this out. We're on top of it. Everyone, my boss, wants to figure it out. His boss wants to figure it out. His boss, but we'll get it figured out. All right, we'll hang in there. All right,
relax.
Yeah. Relax.
There's no reason to go after anybody or anything like that.
That's right. Yes, I mean, listen. If you want to be loud about it, I get it. That might make a difference, but let's be, you guys know the line.
Be loud in your support and not your anger. Maybe.
Exactly.
I mean,
yes.
Maybe some anger at. But not at people.
You know the line. If your mother was watching you do the thing you're about to do, would she be mad at you? Don't do it then. You guys know. I know you know.
All right. Next up is JD Camp says, have you tried cotton candy flavored grapes? And somehow they wrote penis upside down as if they knew magic.
Yeah, that always freaks me out.
Candy. Yeah, right. How do you do that? What the hell is cotton candy flavored grapes? What are we talking about?
No, yeah, my kids love those. I think this is another thing where it's like they are like getting really good at science and like splicing different things together to like get different flavors, and then when they get what they want, they go and they brand those like the apples I always talk about, and then like becomes the whole thing. But yeah, my kids love those cotton candy grapes.
Next up is from Chank Fitster Whitlock. It says, "Welcome to the Lincoln tier." Who says, no, that's what YouTube says because they joined the Lincoln tier.
Thank you.
Reading's hard. Thank you, Jake. I appreciate that. Donald Allen says, I just tuned in. Is Giant Bomb okay?
Yeah. Listen, we're gonna figure it out. Like, don't worry too much. I mean, it's not great right in this moment, and I am pretty frustrated by things. So yeah, there's reasons to be. We'll figure it out. Like, don't worry, guys.
Donald, I'm excused. Seraphis Kate says, any lame suit who doesn't get what GB is about can jump up my butt. Is that? I'll follow you all till the wheels fall off and beyond. Heart and P. And that's
a Tom Servo right there. So yeah, good job, Seraphis Kane.
Dr. Bloodhugger with another super chat. I don't think I'm going to say.
We appreciate you, Dr. Butthugger. But no, bad Dr. Butthugger.
AK says, showing some love to you boys. Hope you all are gonna be okay. Synep, we'll be okay. Don't stress out about us. That we'll figure it out.
Try not to do woe is me and all that stuff. But yeah, you guys don't worry. We're, like I said, we are going to work through this and get some answers. It's just gonna take a little bit of time.
Next up is from Hey You Peekaboo says, good work, Creamy Boys. Your reward is one peanuts. I think they misspelled peanuts.
Yeah, I think that's almost certainly what they were going for there. But we appreciate it.
Uncle Jam says, my Stardew Valley character is hair butt sex. It is Star Drop, and it says, the taste reminds you of butt sex. Just thought I'd share that.
That always makes me laugh. When you can like manipulate things pretty easily in a game to get it to say stupid stuff like that, I always find that funny.
That's the kind of super chat I do read, apparently. Those I'll read. John Carson. Oh, it says, speaking for everyone here, we love what you do. And we'll follow wherever. Right, chat? Hope the bullshit subsides soon. Know your friends have your back. Hope to see you guys in a few weeks. Heart. Penis? Thank you, John. Appreciate it. Thank you.
Thanks, Carson. I appreciate it. That's the guy that named the Blightning Round. So shout outs to him.
Oh, damn. Yeah, that was a good name. Joshua Prudholm says, thankful for all you guys do. Wines. Thank you, Joshua.
I think he's going for weenus. Come on. Give him what he paid for. No, you're probably right.
That makes way more sense, actually. No, you're definitely right. That makes way more sense.
Thank you, Josh.
Next up is Glowworm. Love you guys. I'll follow you anywhere, even into Mordor with those lame-ass holidays. Please take more of my buddy. Also, Jake and Grubb helped me get a Switch too, so thanks for that. P. Noise.
Yeah, shout outs to Jake. I mean, we definitely talked about him earlier, but his stream was great, and then he was awesome on Game Breaking News. So, good guy.
JT says, I'm happy to announce I'm your new boss's boss. And guess what? At that other guy, he's out. I doth declare Pepsi. That's how it works.
Yeah, that's how it goes. Listen, we don't know like everything yet, so let's give it some time, everybody. It'll be all right.
Adam Juice says, thank you all for the countless hours of entertainment. Things may be tough, but I believe the will of the people will win out over corporate meddling. The will of the people. What is people's will?
Yeah, I don't know, but I bet this is right. Let's just, I'll just go into a meeting and just show them this, and everything should just be fine. Well, yeah, look at my floppy peepo.
Have you ever put the peepo fully vertical?
My peepo's never gone fully vertical. That sounds dangerous.
That sounds like a problem. I think they make blue pills for that.
Oh my god.
Yes, if your peepo is fully vertical for 4 hours, yeah.
Next up is from Adam Juice. Says, thank you all for the countless hours of, that's the one I just read. X-Prof says, still my favorite streamers, even when you aren't. PNS. Thank you, X-Prof. I do appreciate that. And finally, at least for now, Joe Beezer says, you see, I am Wonder Mike, and I'd like to say hello to the black, to the white, to the red, and the brown, the purple, and yellow. Switch to hype level. Oh, it's pretty hype. It's hype level purple and yellow.
And I do have, let's see, 5 more that I can see, Mike. So your YouTube might be breaking in new and fun ways.
Let me refresh it real quick.
Yeah, go ahead and try it.
I'll
If not,
some...
I can read them if it comes to that. Don't worry. Let's see.
I see them.
Much more coming in.
Oh, yeah, look at that. Alex says, I don't have a question, but I did manage to play 12 hours of Claire Obscure today. It's really good. Everyone should play that.
Yeah.
Expenis 33. Oh, yeah.
Thank you.
Hey, Christian and Sean, you guys both have been playing it, right? And you guys both really like it?
Yeah, we should talk about it a little bit at the end.
Sounds good.
Yeah, we got to talk about games. We'll do that. Dr. Butthugger says, Blue Shell the Rich. I could read that one.
Yeah, there we go.
you said that before,
I've said, and I'll say it again. You know what? I'll take some time tomorrow since I'm not going to be working. I'll make that shirt. We'll get that on the store over here, everybody. Blue Shell the Rich.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
Kitty Cat Man 93 says, guys, I don't know how to break this. There is no Did You Know gaming video. It was a testicle joke. Sad penis noises it was.
It was a long time ago. I don't remember. I do remember
God.
seeing people in chat making fun of us for not getting the sack joke.
Man, I can't even scroll up far enough to see the original. It was like one of the first ones.
Yeah.
It was one of the first.
I'm going to try to
Super
find it. You can, if you want to.
It was about Eastern European clones of Tetris. I remember that, and then there was a name for it, and I just assumed that
what
was
the name?
Eastern European name. But was it like what? Like Schlangenwiener?
Oh,
What the hell was the name?
Oh, Dr. Mabalsik.
Hey, you guys are kind of dumb, huh?
Yeah,
Well,
kinda.
Oh. And I was looking forward to that video.
Yeah, I was like, I love that shit. Oh man, I'm sad now.
We gave a lot of really sincere compliments to Did You Know Gaming.
I'm stupid and I don't get this game. That's 2 bad things.
Yeah, that's rough. Okay, well, we'll try to recover from that. Let's see here. Jonathan Orr says, you guys rule. Love a Canadian former bit mobber. That's right,
Yeah,
Jonathan.
that's right.
Thank you so much. Appreciate it.
Yeah, good to see you, John.
Damn. God, so it's 2010, 2011 vibes, Jeff. Jeez. Chank Fitzer says, Chank Fitzer Whitlock says, welcome to the Lincoln's penis tier.
Yep, perfect. I'll rename it that.
JD Camp says, congrats on the pivot to VHS tapes. And then some other stuff written upside down.
Floppy Peepo.
Floppy Peepo.
Yeah.
Floppy
Cool.
Peepo. Krill Orlov says, you guys took Giant Bomb into a new generation. Love you all. Thank you, Krill. Really appreciate that.
Thank you, Krill. We should sell some VHS tapes.
Oh, that'd be fun.
Yeah.
Imagine if we sold like all the old Jeopardy episodes as VHS tapes or
That'd be
something.
fun. That's a good idea. Like at least the
Fight
best
Club,
of. Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Something
wonder
like
what we could fit onto a VHS tape. Probably your Fester's Quest run. That'd be pretty cool. That'd be
Right, and I'm in low frame rate anyway, so that's the last ones of my old bad camera.
right.
Or the old bad computer. The camera was fine. All right, that's it for now. If you all guys want to send more super chats, we will read them all before the end of the show. Really appreciate all the support today, everybody. Thank you so much. We really do appreciate it.
Yeah, thanks,
Jeff,
everybody.
it's back to you for now.
All right, and more coming in, but like Mike says, we'll get to all of those here in a little bit. We're not going to have too much more. We're going to take a quick break. We'll come back. We'll talk about what we've been playing, anything else that strikes our fancy. Then we'll clean up the rest of the super chats and get on out of here. Let everyone get back to their, you know what? Take an early weekend. I'm giving you permission to do so. We'll be right back after this.
With the
All right,
wife
go.
episode of VH. That's actually not a terrible idea.
We gotta scrub that one, man. We gotta erase all trace of that.
All right.
No, that's good. People like that.
I am good over here. All right, everyone, put more GameCube games. I should make sure on my my flippy drive, but my floppy drive as well. All right, I will bring us back in here in a second.
All right.
All right, we're back. Game S decides. Let's get back into it with what we've been playing. Let's start with, for once, Mike Minotti. What have you been playing?
Gosh, it really was a lot of that freaking Uncharted Waters New Horizons game. Still, Jeff.
I love that. I'm so glad that
Yeah.
you stuck with it because it really captured you that much. So that's great.
Yeah, I'm deep into this campaign as this merchant. I want to at least finish that one. Then I'll probably move on to Lunar. But now that's still kind of like my nighttime game thing I'm still playing. Oblivion, definitely playing that. I was playing a lot of Avowed this week too before that. So I was appreciating Avowed, but it did really make me appreciate like, I get a little bit why if somebody was going to Avowed really hoping for an Elder Scrolls like it, it's not that it is in like certain ways and like the mechanics and the kind of perspective, I suppose, and whatnot, but yeah, Oblivion is definitely that really big, dense, you're surprised there's this much going on kind of a thing. And I like Avowed a lot, but it is almost more of an action game in a lot of ways. And I think it's a good action game.
Yeah, exactly.
It's
like
a good action game.
It's good at what it's doing, right? And it's just doing stuff. It's just doing a lot less, which is probably the right move for any team that is not expecting to have a game be like, long-term supported, 25 million copies selling, like an Elder Scrolls game. Because the Elder Scrolls is doing it in a very specific engine where they can still somehow make those games with about 100 people, which is wild. If you start wanting to do that in an engine like Unreal, you're going to have to build all those systems from scratch. It's going to take a lot more people, a lot more time, a lot more money. So focusing on what you're doing well, which was what Avowed did, was the right move. But I you're right. I do understand where people are coming from. Where if that's what you want, Avowed wasn't going to deliver it, and you're gonna hit Avowed pretty hard for that. And then you go play Oblivion, you see the law and order system of you can do stuff and you can steal things, and there's a risk and reward. And if you get arrested, honestly, if you want me to love your game, when I do something wrong, I want to get arrested and I want to go to jail, and then I want to have to deal with the ramifications of that. That is one of the coolest things in a video game ever. Oblivion's the first one, I think, where I did experience that, which is why that game is so important to me. I think that is so goddamn cool, and not many games still do that to this day. So yeah, I get why people still love this thing so much.
But yeah, that's big stuff. I said didn't really get to. Oh, right. I tried Marathon.
Oh yeah, I wanted to ask you about this.
Thank you. That was beautiful. Thank you. My next game.
Christian, you've been playing it, right?
I wish. Yeah, no.
It's look, it's an alpha, and I was definitely having some technical issues. It just wasn't like working for a while in various ways. It didn't like my mouse and keyboard. So I was first playing with my controller.
I think, yeah.
And then eventually this started working. But I don't know. I this is my first extraction shooter, Jeff, and I think maybe I don't get or like this genre. And again, I maybe need to play more. I almost certainly need to play more. This isn't really some big excitement in the game, but just playing this, I was kind of like, this just seems like a worse version of Battle Royale. It's like a Battle Royale without some of the more, I don't know, exciting stakes. It seems like there's way less people I'm encountering when I'm doing it. I'm mostly fighting these NPCs who aren't very difficult to kill. There's a bigger emphasis on the looting, which isn't necessarily my favorite part of doing a Battle Royale. I mean, the game looked really pretty, and the shooting did feel good. But yeah, I might have to try it more. I wasn't entirely in love with the loop of just going in there and getting stuff and getting out.
You're still playing on the tutorial map. You haven't like playing the big real map.
Yeah,
like, it's a normal map, but it's like a tutorial mode where like they don't let you explore a lot. So you're still doing that, and you play with other people, but it's kind of like a smaller experience. But like the thing is, if you don't like that loop, if that loop doesn't attract you from the get go, I don't think you're gonna like it, Mike. I don't think it's gonna be for you. If you don't like going out and like loot stuff to make your character better, to like level up your character, or like getting better guns, or like level up like a vendor, like gaining rep to get better stuff from that vendor and that kind of stuff, then it's not gonna be for you, because that's just the loop of the game.
Yeah, it's the whole genre.
Yeah, maybe it's not. But the other thing too, like I didn't realize it's one of those like you always have to be in a squad of 3 people, so you're gonna get matched with 2 people.
Yeah.
I mean, you can play it by yourself, but everybody else is gonna be in groups of 3, so you're at a disadvantage. I can't, even the new Elden Ring's doing this. I don't understand why this has become this default thing. I like playing with people, but make that an option. I guess having just one mode makes shorter queue times for games. I get, but just let me go in by myself.
I know why, and it's sad because I like to play solo too. It's what most people play. As the people that play these video games, most people
what they play
as a group of
it's the most popular way to play these games, which is I think which is what kind of eventually soured me on the battle royale genre, where it's like, oh yeah, Apex Legends, oh my god, from the Titanfall people, I love Respawn, let's play this. And it's like, man, I had the most fun with PUBG playing by myself. Well, not the most fun, but I had a lot of fun playing by myself. And then when I would play with other people, it would be great. But I'm definitely at a point in my life where it's having to be like responsible for other people's fun is something I have to really be in the mood for. And so it's like a game that's just going to only have 3-player teams. I'm just not even going to try it really at this point.
Yeah, it's all experience, like the highest tension one you can have.
Yes.
And to give you an example, what's happening right now, PUBG, you can't play it solo. Like PUBG nowadays, you can play, like you can go in solo, but everybody else is in teams, just as like this.
Man, did they really get rid of the solo mode?
Yeah, you
That's
can't.
crazy.
You go solo, but the other people is in like at least duos, I think.
That's crazy. That sucks.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah,
Well,
I do want to try it a little bit more. I think I promised Mike I'd play with him too at some point. So
yeah,
give it a shot. Maybe playing with people I know will be better, because I do hate just in this game with 2 people. I'm not getting in a voice chat, so kind of this constant game of like, oh, are we gonna move on now? Like, I don't want to be a jerk if you're still looting stuff here, I guess, but I feel like we should move, so I'm just gonna start moving and hope you follow me, and we'll see. Like, it feels terrible.
Yeah, you get used to play with randos. I play Hunt Showdown with randos all the time, and you get used to like moving as a group, because these games just point you at the direction where you have to go all the time, what you have to do. It's full of icons in the screen and the map, so people, they get funneled into these objectives, and everybody kind of moves once you get in the mood of doing that. So I feel like you'll get used to that type of
we'll see.
gameplay.
Like I said, I'll try it.
Yeah, I want to try it.
Like, maybe not anymore in this alpha period. Like, maybe when the game is out.
Oh, you should redeem the code, play it for like half an hour, and then choose not play it anymore. I see how it is.
Just actually, you know what? Throw it away, and throw out the whole computer. In fact, yeah.
Set it on fire.
All that being said, like, I think some people are like writing the game off its ability to be popular. Yeah, but there's going to be plenty of sickos for this kind of thing. I think it'll probably be just fine.
Yep.
I mean, I see a lot of people that really likes it, and then so a lot of other people that don't like it. So it seems like it's an acquired taste, I feel like.
Sure.
It's just what the genre is. So, but we will see once.
I'll watch some Kind of Funny play, because I did hear and saw people in chat saying that they're enjoying it, and although I was saying it's like this is not a reflection of Kind of Funny, it did look like their stream for that didn't have as many viewers as they normally have, and it's like, man, I wonder if it's going to be kind of streaming poison for that kind of community. Obviously, if you're a marathon streamer and that becomes a thing, there's going to be people that will watch that, but it seems like people are just not interested in this game right now.
It almost made me like, I ultimately feel like I wasn't shooting very much, and that's what I want from a budget game. I was like, I kind of almost wish I was playing Destiny or something, or like Halo. Let me shoot.
You don't shoot that much in these video games.
Yeah.
The shooter is like in the second. It's like the tension building up until you get to shoot, and shooting is a very occasional.
Sure. All right, but yeah, how about you, Jeff? Or should we talk to the boys about Claire Obscure?
Right, I've not much because I've been dealing with some other stuff. So Claire Obscure Expedition 33. You, Mike, you have not touched this, right? But our other 2 boys here have, and I think they've been spending quite a lot of time with it. So yeah, who wants to go first?
Okay, so. Yeah, Christian, have you finished the game?
No, I'm 15 hours in. I'm halfway through.
Okay, yeah, I'm a little bit past you then. I'm around 20 hours in, which, yeah, according to review materials, because I'm mainlining the story, definitely, 2/3 of the way through the main story. I just fought a boss that very much felt like a 2/3 of the way through the game boss, I'll tell you that much. People have been talking about this game and saying it's like one of the greatest RPGs they've ever played, and there's a lot of high praise. And I think some people are like, are you sure about that? Is this overhyping? Is it true? And y'all, I'm here to say it's one of the best RPGs I've ever played. It is so damn good. It's refreshing how no bullshit it is. Like, when I edited that travelogue, Tam and Lucy in Japan, if you haven't seen it, go check it out on the Giant Bomb channel, because they walked around Tokyo interviewing the director and director and producer on the game, and just hearing them talk about the RPGs they love. There are kind of people. They just get it. They know what's good about JRPGs. They know what works, what doesn't. They love the same games we do, and this game reflects that. That team, you can tell that they know what works, and they put it in this game. I was like half joking when I said it's the Shovel Knight of JRPGs, but that's, I think, genuinely the best way I can put it concisely, because it just takes all these aspects from all these other games. You can see, oh, this is from that game, this is from that game, this is from Persona, this is from Final Fantasy, this is from Super Mario RPG. But they put their own spin on it, and it's incredible how streamlined it is. Because you just go from the get-go. This was sort of the talking point on Blue Sky Day of it kind of just puts you in the middle of the story and doesn't over-explain things to you. It definitely has cutscenes. It definitely is story-driven, but they don't sit there like, especially Final Fantasy, I think gets lost in this a little bit, where they like, the 13 era specifically, and like 15 a little bit, like over-explaining things to you, what everything is. This is just like, no. We're going to tell this story. You're picking up this character like, well, because of the way the world works. I was going to say halfway through his life, because of, the whole gimmick of everyone dying at a certain age. He's at the end of his life, technically. But yeah, you are picking up his story halfway through his life, and you are expected to keep up. You are expected to just figure things out as you go. And it is. That's why I think, Jeff, you'll actually like if you give it a chance. I don't know if you'll stick with it, but maybe the shorter runtime, you'll stick with it more, because 30 hours is much more manageable.
I mean, it almost sounds like dare I say, the one JRPG that has a chance with Dan Reichert. Even I don't know.
Maybe we'll see.
I think if Dan is down with the story, I think he'll really like the gameplay, because the gameplay is so standout. It is awesome. Because it's very Persona in the way you get set up, but then everything is reaction based. They call it reactive turn based is what the devs call it, and everything you do, you get like basically quick time events to like press A at a certain time to add an effect, do more damage, so on, so on. And they get creative with that. And there's also a dodging mechanic where when you're about to get hit, you have to dodge out of the way. But they add layers to it, to where you don't just have a dodge, you have a parry. And if you dodge, there's two levels. You can dodge or you can perfect dodge. And perfect dodging will get you some bonuses sometimes. But what's interesting is the parry system, which has the same timing as perfect dodging, but if you fuck it up, there's no like leniency like there is with dodging. And so there's multiple layers to this. So basically every time you attack an enemy or every time you get attacked, it's a mini game. You're just constantly you're interacting with the enemy at all times. You're always playing the game. It's something like the reason I love Killer Instinct so much as a fighting game, you're always playing. If you're getting attacked, there's still the mind game of combo breaking and counter breaking. And that vibe is here in this turn-based RPG. It is awesome. I absolutely love it in combat. I'm rambling a little bit, so Christian, log in there with some stuff.
Yeah, it doesn't end there with the combat. It's also very complex because every character plays differently. They have like a different mechanic to their skills that you have to learn. Like the main guy, he has a different set of abilities. Where one set charges his arm, he has a mechanical arm, and you have to charge the arm with certain abilities, and then other abilities will discharge their arm, and depending on how much charge you have there, it will do a different amount of damage. And then there's this wizard, this lady, this magician, I don't know. She, whenever you cast like a fire spell, she has this floating thingy around her that will light up with a fire charge. And then if you do it again, you have two fire charge. And then some spells have this alternative effect that it will trigger if you have a certain amount of charges with that kind of like fire effect. And it will do like extra damage, or it will heal you, or will change how it works. And the other characters also have that, which is like pretty fucking cool to get like combos going with all that stuff going on. And on top of that, you can like debuff the enemies, and other characters could take advantage of that because their abilities will interact with those debuff, making it like it's just perfect. It's very complex, but also you understand it right away how it works, and you get these combos where also the sound design when you get these combos going, and it's so cool.
It's so good.
it's slow-mo and everything blows up and it's very anime style. I love it. It's incredible. Yeah,
It's funny that the thing you said that stuck out to me was a guy with a robot arm. And ever since Streets of Rage 3, I thought people with a robot arm are very cool.
Well, they are.
Fuck yeah, they're cool.
Big fan of Cable and everything.
Oh, yeah.
or like-
People
Yeah.
over from Treasure Planet. Shout out.
Yeah, no, that's a great point, Christian, because every character is unique. Every character has their own gimmick that you do, where Gustav has his robot arm where successfully landing attacks, and if you have like the right builds, dodging attacks, perfect parrying and stuff will like build those charges. Like Christian mentioned, Lune, you get the different charges as a magician. There's some wild ones too. A character that you can add to your party later in the game just plays like a Devil May Cry character. He literally has the D through S, where the more you dodge and parry, it's his gimmick. Like everything, they all have a name. His is literally called Perfection, and so the game. You're so far through the game, you are literally rewarded for learning the dodging and the parrying. And if you can keep him at S rank, he does a shit ton of damage. Like he can do all these crazy moves and stuff. It is awesome. So good.
Yeah. Do you fuck around with the Pictos and the what is it?
Right. Thank you. That's the thing that I want to address as well. Like I said, it's very streamlined. It's very trim. Like it's a no bullshit game. Anything you don't need in an RPG is not here. And one of those things is inventory. Inventory, equipment, everything, super streamlined. There are no items in the game. You have charges for like healing, revives, and what's the last one? Basically ability points. Everything works on ability points. And there are various ways to get them on your turn. It's like very Shin Megami Tensei. It's like metaphor, Shin Megami Tensei, like press turn, that system. Yeah. And what's cool is that every time you basically get to like a Dark Souls style bonfire as a checkpoint and as a save point, it's like a Final Fantasy save point from back in the day. It refills all of your like different potions that do the different things. So you don't have to go to these shops. Like there are shops occasionally, but you're not really spending a ton of time in towns because the game just keeps going. It just keeps going story wise and everything like that.
That's a little 13-esque almost, huh?
Yes,
it is a little bit, or like 10 even of like, it's more streamlined, more linear, but in a good way. And what Christian was getting at with the Pictos, that's your equipment system. It's basically just equipment is all one thing called Pictos, where you equip them to your character, and you have X amount of you have 3 slots they can put them in, and after 4 victories, any character can learn the ability on that using a point system, which is that virtues? It's a V word or something, right, Christian?
Yeah, I don't remember. They have very complicated names. So
So like it's a complicated version of Final Fantasy IX's like equipment skill system where you learn ability through equipment, but anybody can learn
Luminous. Thank you, Lex.
Luminous.
Yeah, it's been a while since I played 9, so I don't exactly remember how that works. But yeah, it's just, again, super streamlined. They clearly just wanted to put in the good things, which is also very smart when you have a smaller team, smaller budget and everything. It's a very well-designed game in that way.
Oh, I am so excited.
Yeah, them being like kind of limited on their scope made them make a game that's still very focused, so it helps them a lot on the design.
That's what surprises me though. It's like, because it's clearly also like a love letter to the genre in a lot of ways, where it seems like people who have played a lot of those games, and that's the easiest thing to do, is to fall into the pit of like, well, we need all this because my favorite game has that. So to have the sort of wherewithal and the discipline to cut out what you don't need and then focus on making the stuff you do have the best it can possibly be is really impressive. Yeah. Like that is so cool to hear.
Yeah. And like, to be clear, if you want to explore a little bit, like they made a point of this. I believe he's the producer. No, he's the director of the game. I think Guillaume. He said in that interview that Tam Lucy did, where day one, the first thing he knew he wanted to do with this game was to bring back the Final Fantasy world map, Mike. And so they have a Final Fantasy PS1 era world map where everything's at a weird scale, but that's how you get around everywhere. Yeah.
God, I miss the world map.
You can explore if you want to. There's other places to go to. That's why I say it's 30 hours for main story, but also an additional 30 hours of side content, because you can go exploring if you want to. But if you're like me and you don't love doing that stuff, you can just mainline it, and it's very direct. It's awesome.
Yeah. I love this. I love the characters in this game. I like them all.
The character is so good. Yeah,
they're lovely. Some of them are. They have little freaks. They're really funny. They're the Esquier. I love Esquier.
Esquier, mon ami, that big
mon ami. Whenever I see Esquier, I say mon
Yeah.
ami. I love it.
Yeah.
Definitely. I mean, I was already sold, but I'm like chomping at the
last
bit
thing,
now.
Please.
just to not go on too long. It is a more mature story. It is almost entirely adult cast. The main character's like little sister plays a role in it, and so she's along for the ride too. But in general, it's like an adult story told for adults by adults. It's much more mature that way. So if you are tired of like the Persona teenagers and everything, we got away from that a good amount with metaphor. But then this goes even further with that. Almost, I would say, to like almost like a content warning level. It's a very bloody game.
Yeah,
it's not necessarily gory.
Well, there's gore,
it's not
but
gory. It's bloody.
Right. You don't see things necessarily getting gored. Right. Yeah. It's okay.
Yeah, exactly. You're not seeing like chopping off of limbs in real time or something. It's more like you'll stumble almost, from soft. You'll stumble across something fucked up, and there'll be a lot of blood. Yes. There is violence, and they talk about death and loss a lot, because that's the theme of the game. Is that everyone is dying at a young age, and they're figuring out the mystery behind that. So like it is a heavier game thematically, but it's also very fun, and they do have lighthearted moments, and it's just a great adventure.
Unfortunately, though, Ben Starr just ruins everything. He's in there.
Yeah.
So, sorry about that. You guys have to put up with that. Yeah.
Yep.
All right. Well, I was looking forward to this, because I when I did play it, I'm like, this is actually hitting the mark for me. But it just sounds like it continues to do so. Yeah. This is maybe not an apt analogy, but it's what's coming to mind is a lot of like anime is made for kids. Like that's the idea. Like that's who they're making it for. Yes. And then like you do get the occasional anime that is like Cowboy Bebop. They're like, well, let's just take it a little bit more seriously and see what happens. And it's like, wow, this is also awesome and different. And it appeals to different people for different ways. It kind of reminds me of that a little bit of a...
Yeah, definitely. More in the like Cowboy Bebop, Ghost in the Shell sort of vibe. Like it's telling a more mature, cerebral story. Definitely.
Yeah, it's very French too. I love how French it is. I'm playing it on English, and they still swear in French, and this is pretty funny. It's pretty good.
Yeah, like it's not a spoiler because it's been in trailers before and everyone's talking about it. One of the first like Dark Souls fuck you mini bosses you encounter is a mime that seems invincible until you figure out the puzzle of beating him, and then you get the baguette outfit if you beat him.
Incredible.
So can I try to solve the puzzle right now? Can I try to solve the puzzle right now?
Sure.
I bet you have to do what he does. I bet you have to mimic him.
Well, we'll see.
Not quite.
You have to play the game.
You got to make him talk.
You have to figure it out. Yeah.
All right. Well, I'm looking forward to playing it. And thanks, guys, for giving us the rundown on that. It was just exciting just to listen to you guys talk about it, let alone play it. So, all right, very cool. Anything else we should touch on? Any other big games, or should we get to the rest of these super chats? What's that, Christian?
We could touch a little bit on Fatal Fury if you want.
Yeah, I mean,
you talked about it just a little bit.
Yeah, just a quick version. I guess just tell me like. It seems like it's hitting with the community in a weird way. So I don't know. You guys tell me.
I love the core game. Yeah. Sorry, you go ahead.
I was just going to say that me and Mike have talked about it on the Bombcast, and we had like a whole discussion about the controversy and everything. So you can check the latest episode of that out. But yeah, Christian, how have you been feeling about it?
I love the core gameplay. The core gameplay is incredible. I've been playing it ever since I got the code. It's been I don't like single player games, so it was kind of hard to get a match during the review period because there's not a lot of players, just the reviewers. But after it came out, I played way more, and I got more used to the heaviness of the character and all that kind of stuff. And the core gameplay is awesome. I love it. It's so much fun. The way the combos work, how you can chain the EX moves one after the other with how fluid it is, how you can make any combo you want as long as you have meter to do it. That is all awesome. The video game, the video game is awesome. everything around it is kind of meh. The what was it? World tour mode.
Tales from South City.
Tales
Yeah,
from South City. Yeah.
Yeah, stories from Southtown, I think, something like that.
Something like that. The
Yeah.
single player mode is not very good. It's just a map where you go and pick your character and you pick fights and fight people and level up and you get more HP or whatever. It's not good. Completely forgettable. And then the controversy is just it's sad to me. I mean, it saddens me. It saddens me because people have been waiting for this game for decades, and now it's kind of tainted. For me, I don't know. Most people kind of don't know, don't even care.
Most people seem to not know or care, and that's like part of what it almost gets me more upset. To seeing people like, we like this DJ character actually because his moves look silly, and I'm like, no, we should still not be okay with this, even if he's not as bad as the fucking soccer player Sex Pest. Like, it's still terrible that we just put in the Crown Prince's favorite DJ. Again, if Phil Spencer told Overwatch 2 that they had to put in his favorite R&B artist, it would be the controversy of the decade.
Yeah.
But
let alone like, some of our politicians, dictating that kind of thing, right?
Right, exactly. Yes, exactly. So I'm shocked that some people in the fighting game community are already okay with that just because he looks like Maximilian dude and is a goober with his movesets.
Yes.
I think it is more ignorance at this point, which is why it's good to talk about it. We don't necessarily need to blast people who don't know, but if they do know and then they say nothing about it still, then
yeah. It's just also it opens the floodgates for another bad stuff happening on this type of games. I don't want to see the next. I don't know what could happen, but it could happen to any game actually.
They're definitely going to keep doing this after the reaction that's happened here. Yes.
Yeah, because people receive it pretty well. Most people. So I guess
a lot of people say they like it now.
pushback.
So if you just make it silly, you can put more real people in these games, and I think that sucks.
Any suit can now go and say like, hey, they love that dumb DJ on the other video game. Why don't we put, I don't know, another problematic real human being in this video game?
We're gonna get that guy who showed up to ruin WrestleMania in a fighting game next. He's
already been in Fortnite a bunch of times, but yeah. All right. Go ahead and finish up, Christian.
Yeah, that's it. This is just the video game is good. If you can ignore that, I guess it's a really good video game underneath of that greasy weirdness with the blood money and that kind of stuff there. But yeah, that's it. Just have that in mind.
All right.
Thanks, Christian.
Yep. Thank you, Christian. Appreciate that. Thank you guys for talking about those games. I'm gonna play some Clair Obscur this weekend and talk about it next week. So looking forward to that.
I want to also.
Although I want to play some South of Midnight as well. I started that, and I think I liked what I played so far. So maybe those will be the two I focus on. All right, Mike. Let's get to the rest of the super chats. Does that sound good?
Yes, Dr. Butthugger. I don't know. I still don't think I can talk about the super chats. We're talking potentially about violence. I don't know. Thank you for the
Thank you, Dr. Butthugger.
Patrick Ford joined the link in here. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Hope you're doing well. Dr. Ryan says, hey guys, I just wanted to say I'm sorry all this stuff is happening, and just know I will follow the two of you and Denriker to the gates of hell. Dare I say to the jaws of oblivion, Dr. Ryan. Thank you, Dr. Ryan.
Thank you, Dr. Ryan.
Really appreciate it.
You're a cool dude. I really liked meeting you, and you've been nothing but nice ever since. So shout outs to you, bud.
Okay. Now I'm really nervous.
I know. I was going to wonder about this. As soon as I saw that, I'm like, if I was in Mike's shoes, I'd be like, shit, I'm going to get it wrong this time. But go ahead.
Well, they say props to Mike pronouncing my name right. And now I have to say it right again. Kirill Orlov? I think it was Kirill Orlov.
That sounds good to me.
Said wrong.
I like it.
Probably said it wrong this time.
Yeah.
Thank you, though,
good.
Orlov. Curry Douglas says you all are the best penis, really, if I pronounce it phonetically there.
Thank you,
There's
Curry.
an extra N. Gwent the Hunter says, fuck it, here's another 5. Loved Giant Bomb and GameSpot since I started listening as I drove to the hospital daily. My wife was sick a few years ago. Much love, Nis Heart. Thank you, Gwen. I hope that your wife is doing well now. Really do appreciate the support.
Yeah, likewise. It's always touching to hear stories like that. But yeah, hope everything's good.
Tyler James Bay says, Packers drafted a wide receiver. Go Pack, go Jeff.
You need someone to make Jordan Love look like he's worth all that money. Good luck with that.
Uncle Jam says, similar to the blue shell, the red shirt, can we get a t-shirt that says, seize the means of production below a smiling Mike Minotti face? Love you.
Yeah,
all.
I got it in my head already. Don't worry, everybody. I'll get that one going too.
With like bubble letters and like, it's like a real like children's book cover almost picture of me.
Yeah, it's like it's going to be reminiscent of like a lot of the revolutionary shirts of like, the black and white. But yes, we'll find like you're just gonna have the biggest grin in the world and look really nice, and then the bubble letters will make it like, oh, he's asking in a kind way. Yeah,
we can do a Che Guevara.
Yeah, Che Guevara.
Sure.
Yeah, something along those lines. Yeah.
Greg says, if we're requesting shirts, can we get a Mike Minotti Bad Boy Games Media shirt? He can be in Nintendo jail drinking mezcal or something. P-shirt. Thank you. Greg.
We'll do that too.
Let me refresh, make sure that was actually the last one since YouTube has been so effy today. But yes, thank you again, everybody, so much for all that support, for not bringing up the Rainforest Cafe even one time today. I really appreciate it.
Well, now you guarantee it next time, so there you go. All right, I'm going to hit this button. All right. Wow. Anything else that we need to do on this show? There's another one.
Hey, Jeff, I leave for Disney a week today, so actually I'm not going to be on Game of Decides next week or the week after or on the last Nintendo's in between those. I hope nothing interesting happens while I'm gone.
I'm sure it'll be normal and calm and quiet. Don't you worry. Kirill is back here, and I think we might have got it wrong this time, he says. So there's another super chat, Mike. You want to read that one?
Damn it. Kirill says, was a bit off this time, but love you both. Thank you so much.
Yeah,
sorry.
Thank you, Mr. Orloff.
Symbiosis says, would have given up getting a Switch if it weren't forever. You guys, it would have given up getting a Switch. Weren't for you guys last night. Cheers. Thank you, Symbiosis. Appreciate it. Thank you.
Yeah, that was that was a really good time. I had a blast hanging out with y'all. Yeah.
I even had fun playing Mario Kart. I can't believe Kayla showed up for like one round and destroyed everybody and then left.
Yeah. Yep, jeez. That's Kayla. That's why we're all on Team Kayla. Sure absolutely.
Like Ryu showing up to the tournament, winning, and then just disappear, not getting the prize.
Oh, fired! I didn't know you wanted to get a call. I'm sorry. Mike is leaving Game as confirmed says in-game.
Yeah, technically for a week or so. You'll be gone for 3 episodes of the shows, right? But between
3 episodes of the show.
Because it's like a full week you're gone. Okay, man.
Because I leave on Friday because I'm driving down there with my dad and flying back.
I remember this. Like you told me about this trip forever ago, and you're like saying like if I drive down there with them, I'll get to stay early and get your own like room and all that stuff. And I'm like, well, that sounds like a deal to me. I would do it too.
Yeah, they basically like my dad brought me to drive down with him. He's like, well, we're gonna be there a couple days early. I'm like, oh, all right, sure, why not? Let's do it.
Yes, so very happy for you. Very jealous. But we'll
Guardians game tomorrow.
What's that?
What's that, Christian?
I'm not gonna be in Tuesday here. I'm gonna get my Stonies.
Oh, that's right.
That's right.
Man, all right.
There you go.
Wish me luck, people. Thank you.
All right.
The support.
We're out of here. Bye, everybody. The Stones are out of here, too. Next time. Bye. Thanks for hanging out. Thanks for all the support. Thank you, everyone, for being so nice. Until next time, have a good one. Take care of yourself.
Thank you.
Goodbye.
I would like to apologize for chanting the white man multiple times during the stream. Thank you.
I liked it.
A lot of chords going into slots.
Solution.